Hey, yo.
Oh.
Yo.
A lot of people here.
like every time we come back, there's another person here.
7-pack.
You know? And actually, StreamYard allows...
Filling up the room.
They allow 10 now.
All right, let's get the captain in here.
So,
Oh, wow.
man. Hey, everybody. Well, John Biel, this is your thing.
We're close to Hollywood Squares here, folks.
Yeah.
What is this?
Right? Welcome, everyone.
Oh, no.
Well, you may as well. Let's have the whole room. Let's say hi to everyone.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Am I lagging?
And never mind.
Next box.
Am I lagging or what's going on?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
What
okay,
happened?
though.
Here, I'll do it.
A little lag. A little bit of lag.
Let me jump out.
Yes.
Hey, everybody.
Let's try it. See if I can.
Yours is lagging too.
What?
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's too many people.
Okay, you do it, Dave.
Johnny's machine can't handle.
And we're live.
Oh,
Is it lagging as well? Yeah, I can tell.
You're lagging too.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
No, he's not.
it's
I'm lagging a little bit.
No, it's fine, dude.
All right.
For me, he is. I
Oh,
don't
look at
know.
me.
We
Fuck
all-
the 4th of July.
Yeah.
How about that? Let's just
Ooh.
start with that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we got
Am I
Mancuti
lagging?
in the room.
Uh-oh. How's it looking now? Any better?
No.
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 Happy 4th.
Oh, you can't win.
All right,
How about
let's see.
you, Jay? How about you, Jay?
Who knows, man?
The man with the
I
biggest
don't know
mouth
what's going
here.
on. Yeah, let's see what Jay looks like.
We're live up in this. I can't say that.
There's
We're
some
live
late,
from John Biel's basement.
some late.
He's eating cereal.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'll jump out and see if it gets any better for me. Anyway, I don't know.
You're fine.
I hear
Whoa.
dogs on the hardwood.
Hello, everybody.
You hear all that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
So
my
we'll be-
fireworks.
So we'll be getting that from everybody's place. Will be getting that, right? Because that's happening
It's
here.
happening here, yeah.
That's fireworks here right now. Right.
Well,
right,
it's 9.
right
It's
up the
9:06 p.m. Pacific Arizona time. So
It's
most of the
starting.
municipal fireworks are starting at right around now.
Yeah.
My neighborhood has been like downtown Beirut for the past hour.
Yep.
I
It's
have
all-
new neighbors. It's interesting. New neighbors that have now gone from having kids. Like I've lived here long enough. They've gone from kids to teenagers who aren't around to who are now adults with kids of their own. So they're all out in the street with friggin' cannons and all kinds of junk. And we've got a Hmong family that moved in down the way who are just happy to be Americans. Like this, I think it's their first 4th of July in America. And so they're having a huge party, which is awesome. They're really nice people, but they're enjoying the freedom of being Americans and just launching just an assault to the block next door who have responded in kind. You know, it's like Christmas lights, only with booms.
Awesome.
Any better?
Yeah, it's so weird though because
Hey,
there's
how
only
we doing?
one guy on the
All right.
bottom.
Oh,
It's very
that's what
strange.
she said.
John
Good.
Biel's the bottom.
That's reserved for me.
I'm up in the middle here. It's like we're almost
so
a
weird.
I
Brady
guess
Bunch.
so.
And in the role of Paul Lind will be David Nesdall.
Yes. Or Alice.
Or Alice.
Ancillary benefit of too many fireworks in the neighborhood: flatulent dogs.
Oh.
Oh, you got Jeannie in the chat. Hi, Jeannie.
She's only watching because her brother is here.
Oh, let's introduce him.
Jimmy, you're gonna have to, that chair is louder than you, man.
Now I can't move. You're making fun of my hair. What's next? I gotta take my shirt off.
Switch chairs.
Yeah, switch chairs. That's a good idea.
This chair's like a limousine. It's not gonna fit. Hold on.
Do you really need 2 chairs in that room?
It's like
I know, right?
a car. Like a computer, and then,
Well, you know what it is?
Expecting company?
never.
Hold on. One chair is for gaming. The other one's for the masturbation station.
Yeah, that one, yeah. Usually, yep. pretty much.
Now, isn't the gaming chair vinyl anyway? Can't you just Febreze that or?
I think it's pleather. I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Jimmy the guy with the guitar that you gave him, Jay?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So let's see that thing.
He's going to show off a couple guitars. Craig, our buddy at CHS Customs,
Yeah.
he painted a few guitars for Jimmy.
Yep. Well,
So.
yeah. 1 second.
Nice.
Yeah, this is Jay's.
That's a cool chair. I do like that chair.
Getting
Chair,
right in it.
best chair ever. It's
It
nice.
is- it is nice.
Into that. But
It's a great
We're
chair that
actually
he
gonna
wasn't
start
sitting
the
on.
show talking about guitars.
yeah, chair show.
Nice.
Yeah. When did you buy this? Like 97?
97 I bought
Yeah,
it.
when you had dreadlocks and Adidas.
Wait, hang on, guys. I got to take some Xanax here. Hang on.
Isolate.
What the hell are you doing?
I need something. I don't know what's going on.
I noticed Dave has his thumb wrapped. He's like the magnificent Morocco. He's ready to deliver the Asiatic spike to one of our throats if we act up.
Oh yeah. I should be going to sleep any minute.
Okay.
No, actually, I take sleeping pills. I
And
don't,
we're
I don't,
off.
I don't plan on staying here very long. I need to take sleeping pills to go to sleep, so that's what I just took.
By the way, David, great job yesterday on, or is it 2 days ago? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a good
Thursday.
show
What
last
that says,
yesterday.
yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like I
good
think
job.
your
You guys
best
did a great
show
job.
ever. It was your best show ever.
Caleb as well.
No, sorry. It wasn't the best show. It was a good one. Really good one.
I was expecting you to play along, but no.
I thought the shoot to
get
throw
the
girls
highest
were
rating.
incredibly engaging and imaginative. And
You know what made it not the
outgoing.
best show is that I mean, you sounded great. I just really wish that Susan would have sounded a little bit better, and we were able to see more of her. It's just very hard to see.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
No, it's only because she
Wait,
was.
wait.
Oh, stop! Do I have to explain? The shoot the thrill girls, the Malcolm girl, Wendy, she was bright. Everything was bright. You could see everything. Everything when she spoke, you heard everything. But Susan, the Angus girl,
Thuthan. Yo, Thuthan.
Thuthan, she although
Mike
she was
Tyson
she's
in the
great,
center
she's
square.
great, and she had great information. She was at the beach outside using her cell phone, and it was kind of hard to see her and kind of hard to hear her.
Yeah, it started out really nice, but then it looked like Blair Witch Project.
Yeah,
So-
so
Yeah.
was
as
it a
soon as
good
the sun
show?
went
Yeah,
down.
it was a good show. They're all good shows, but it could,
It was interesting because she started out like with a full shot, and you could see like the beautiful beach houses and shit behind her. And by the time it was over, it was like the corner of her face was barely in the middle of the shot.
Yeah.
Like she was like,
It got dark quick, yo. I was watching.
yeah, it
that.
got dark fast, but she was on the East Coast, so yeah.
But you could see it change. I've never seen it get dark that quick. All right, go ahead. We got guitars.
Yeah, what do we got?
Oh,
Yeah.
this is Jay's.
Bingo. What
First
is
seven.
that?
Yeah, RG7 something.
RG7 620.
Yeah, I think Jay had this in 1997, and before he got cool and people were giving him guitars for free, he gave me this one for $17,000. And yeah,
Whoa.
Wow.
we actually
Whoa.
did a. Is someone getting shot at?
Those fireworks? I know what's going on.
I hope those are fireworks.
It was
All right, go ahead.
gunshots in my neighborhood earlier.
And now there's more of them.
It sounds like a sound machine to me.
No, that was real.
Jimmy's like, you want me to show this damn thing or what?
I don't want anybody getting killed while I'm trying to show it.
Jimmy, patience is something you'll learn on this show.
Cool.
Johnny likes to troll his own show.
Johnny says, "Cool." Nothing was even said yet.
So is that's the guitar that was I think Jay showed us a picture of that guitar like a year ago or something.
Yeah, when it was being painted. Well, Jimmy painted it
Long
Craig,
time ago.
clear coat, right?
Yeah, Greg.
Craig.
This is the one we left in.
Greg.
We did like a fake music video. I left this in my basement for like 4 years, so it was kind of turned to rust and God knows what. So he had to like redo everything, and we had to sand the whole thing down. And
Yeah, do we have a before picture?
Yes, but I don't even know if they're on my phone anymore, dude.
there's a music video that's in it with Mike using it.
Yeah, but I mean, some of those pictures were highly detailed.
They were, if I remember correctly.
I'm gonna see if I have any of them real quick. You can continue to show the Ren and Stimpy shirt. I'll find these pictures. Crap.
Yeah.
Did someone just crack open a beer?
Not me.
That sounds good.
More
Well,
guns.
if you haven't yet,
I may go
Crack
do
one
that
open
and,
now.
when I have to get up for the first time. These fucking dogs. Hi.
oh,
No cursing.
Yeah,
I'm
what's the
sorry.
hell?
These fire trucking
cheers,
dogs.
everyone. Cabo.
Yeah, the Lemmy is under the desk and Ace is trying to climb to my head for whatever reason. I know, buddy. It's cool. Sucks. I'm covered in dog hair too, because
Me too. It's terrible.
That's what happens when you have a dog.
Wow. So who's watching this?
Oh, right.
Good question.
It's our first show ever, you guys. We
Yeah.
apologize.
The more people you get in here.
It's
I
Amanda's
know,
birthday.
man.
Amanda's birthday.
Roll call.
it's
Oh, it
Amanda
is.
Cohen's birthday.
It
Amanda's,
is. That's
Amanda's
right.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Amanda.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
The big 2-9.
Amanda, why are you not in this with us? Why are you not in one of these boxes with us?
Talking about a box.
Whoa.
No, but shouldn't she be in the middle? And all of it?
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, if you want to jump in, let me know. Am I yelling?
Fireworks going off somewhere, definitely.
Oh, look at those.
I know.
some of
Not
my
here.
neighborhood.
That's Chandler, Arizona's finest.
Some of it.
Let's finish that guitar and then we'll get to the roll call.
Okay.
Anyway, so that
Well-
guitar is a '97 RG7 620, and I stupidly, but at the same time, I'm
Yeah,
fine.
you
with it.
don't need it. Whatever.
Yeah, I gave it to Jimmy because I left it over there like I said, or like he said, and I never played it. He'd be playing it all the time, so I was like, yeah, just whatever, just keep it.
Yeah, it worked out well. And yeah, I left it in my basement and didn't play it as much as you didn't, and had to redo it. And I can't paint for shit, but it came out pretty cool, I think. And
Well, it's definitely unique.
yeah, the pickup doesn't work. That got smashed or something, right? But other than that, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
It's like a
told the
6
guys.
a.m. album cover.
I like that. I like the color scheme. Definitely. That's cool.
I do too.
Is the headstock like that too?
Oh, the headstock is you like that the red decal, whatever, threw it in there.
I like
yeah,
it.
look at that.
Pretty cute. I think these are different tuners also. I don't know.
Good job, Craigers.
Look, there's the
Allen
the
key holder.
sticky piece to my trem tool. Remember? I have that somewhere over here, actually.
So yeah, it's not here. I don't think.
No. I'm saying it's funny that it's still on there. I put that on when I bought the damn guitar.
And it's not coming off.
Oh, who's eating?
Who's eating grape nuts?
Breaks the seal.
Dave comes on and brings all the noise.
Actually, it's not a grape nut.
Corn nuts.
No.
Oh,
Oh, pretzels.
Combos?
Peanut butter pretzel.
Snyder? Those
No
Snyders,
peanut
Dave?
No peanut
Oh.
butter. Yes, those
Nope.
Snyder's.
Yeah, those are good
Schneiders.
stuff,
I get the
Snyder's
Trader
makes
Joe's
some
ones.
pretzels.
The Trader Joe's ones with the peanut butter in them.
Yeah, those are good.
I used to like the peanut butter ones, but there's too much sugar.
Mm.
It's good stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys may hear some music in the background because I have it cranked up for the dogs. But on the good side, it's all Van Halen. So
Oh, cool.
Oh, that'll be great. Johnny will get
John,
flagged
just
again.
get flagged for the flag.
We'll
We'll,
get-
no,
be
it's far,
shut
it should be
down.
far enough away that nobody hears anything.
We'll be shut down.
It's all bootlegs, so there should
Is
be
it
an
just-
algorithm to it.
Is it like a city fireworks display, or is it just
No,
neighbors
this is my
doing it?
neighborhood because all the city fireworks displays have been canceled. So everybody decided they were going
Right.
to bring city level fireworks displays to the neighborhoods.
Yes.
Right.
So every other block,
Yeah, I've been
it
hearing them
literally looks like
sporadically.
yeah, it looks like stuff going on the Potomac. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And here's the weird part. The weird part is in Chandler, aerial fireworks are technically illegal. So I'm going to give it about 45 minutes. Then I'm going to drop a dime. I'll be like, look,
Quarter.
guys,
Drop a
not
quarter.
for yeah, I know, not for nothing, but an hour of this shit is
Well,
enough.
I'm sure you're one of
Yeah.
several hundred people calling. If
Well, here's
if
the
it
interesting
comes
thing
to
about it.
that.
There are a lot of people in my neighborhood that have dogs.
So,
And he's silent. He's fucking frozen.
damn.
There are a lot of people in my neighborhood who have dogs, but most of them don't give a shit about them.
Yep. Dogs are the afterthought on the 4th of July.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about them, and
You should go out and
they are-
empty a 15 mag in there you go.
laugh.
No,
You
if
left.
you go out
I'll
there
go
and
out there
tell them to stop, you gotta bring the camera with you, man.
Oh, I may. I'll take the iPad. We'll go.
Yeah.
I'll go live.
Tell him to watch your death.
No, because I'll go with the iPad in one hand and a Mossberg in the other.
Yeah.
Because it's Arizona.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's not like this is the dog thing is well known, but the recent thing is veterans and PTSD.
Oh yeah.
That's like a big thing that's happening now.
There's tons of them in the valley.
Yeah.
Tons.
So, anyway, so that's the. Eventually, we'll talk more about the guitar after
Yes.
David falls asleep.
Go for it.
Boner jams.
That thing is that's a hell of a fade there.
Optimus
High tight.
Rice.
Look at that thing.
All right.
Looking handsome as hell. Both
Bouffant.
fairly as tight as Niders.
Did he just
Happy-
cancel a gig?
Happy Saturday night, everyone. Thank you, Boner Jams.
You don't watch the show with the shirt off. Yeah.
So what? What's going on? John Biel, where's your script?
I don't know. Am I still live or what's going on?
Alive?
I can't tell if I'm being delayed or what's going on.
Welcome back,
Roll
Michael
call.
Beane. We missed you.
This is the sloppiest
All right.
beginning to any show.
Did we
I've
do
ever
roll
done.
call yet? Should we do roll call? Why don't we get that out of the way?
Yes.
I think, we haven't even seen the guitar, or we did see the guitar. We didn't see the before pictures. I guess.
Yeah, we don't have one. Oh, I don't know.
You saw something.
Yeah, it's blue. I think.
I couldn't find them. But no, the thing was disgusting. It was in the basement for
4 years. Yeah.
Yeah, you showed them a
Yeah.
few times. Yeah,
I think Craig has some. Not that you would have
but
them
it's
handy. But
drastic improvement.
yeah, it worked out well.
and then we'll do a roll call, and then he's got another one to show off. Actually,
Okay.
you actually got two more, right? You show that Jackson that's worth $57,000.
Yeah, I got that one. Yep. That was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, should I get it now or
That's a lot
after?
of money.
Whatever.
John Biel's
let's-
going to do a roll call.
Okay.
Let's do a roll call. And actually, before we do that, let's say hello to our sponsors.
Mm.
Oh,
Sponsors.
that's the small one. Where's the other one? Doing this whole thing on this laptop is just a major pain.
Hello, sponsors.
Hey, you can become a channel member here on YouTube. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. But if you want to help sponsor the videos, you can become a channel member by clicking the join button below. And the top tier are executive producers like Charles Green, Joe Christian, Music Therapy Laz, David Ennis, Thomas Santiago, Mike Neese,
Whoa.
Connor Johnson,
What's with the noise?
5150,
Damn.
Michael Smith, some Dave Dude, and Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael?
So thank you. We appreciate and love each and every one of you. Joe Christian, hey man, you got to yell about a piece of Eddie owned a tour used gear. What?
Got to tell y'all about a piece.
Oh,
of
got to tell y'all.
Oh,
Got one of his
Okay.
Bradshaw RS10 switchers. Got it from LA Sounds with proof of. Oh, awesome, dude.
Nice. Come on in.
Awesome, man.
Bring them in.
that's cool.
Pick them
Bring
up.
him in.
Joe, yeah, Joe. If you want to come,
If
you wanna come in,
so is that it?
Oh my God.
John BL Squares.
Joe, if you want to jump in here, man, send me a message on
Tinder.
Facebook. And
Bumble.
I'll send you the link, man. Okay, so who's watching this? Who do we got? Everybody read a name.
Ben, Tom, Fruitcake Tony, Sandra,
Fruitcake Tony, Joe Christian,
Everybody.
Yeah, let's talk
Everybody
about
read
everybody.
everybody at once.
Everybody,
Halface, Manny
Lady,
Booth,
Jenna Slade,
Minnesota, how you
Minnesota,
Minnesota,
and the rest.
yeah, I like that.
Boner Jams. Don't forget
Randy
him.
Robo
Corny.
Joe
Adams, Cobra Kai,
Crazy Cook,
Hobo
678.
Crazy Cook.
Michael
Michael
Bailey.
Football.
Now that we got that out of the way,
Cobra Kai platoon.
that's the most efficient way to do it, really.
That was awesome. We need to just record
We
that.
definitely
as a
got
drop.
everyone there.
It's like the end of at the end of whose line is it anyway?
Wow, that was something.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, you got to record that as a drop, and then every time we do roll
Couldn't
call,
have done that any better.
Just do that, man. It's like we're on Zoom tonight. This is like a Zoom call. This is actually what a Zoom call is like. It's just insanity.
How about everyone, when you want to talk, you raise your hand.
I'm just not going to say anything.
Oh, let's go back to school.
So it'll be like every Saturday.
Pass the baton.
Fruitcake totally could only hear me, and all I was doing was mumbling. Bad dad, boo 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 boo.
Rhubarb,
That's what I was
Drugs are
doing.
kicking in.
That works.
All right, well, John, this is your show, so
You keep using that word.
Just yeah.
I'll let you talk.
Well, yeah, it's Saturday night. Yeah, you just want to hand it over to me.
Because I got
plenty of people in the room tonight. We got several people in the house tonight. Did everyone get an introduction tonight?
No.
Or do we just want to move on from that?
Introduce everyone.
Well, now I have to go by memory because you've got me what do you call it, Caleb?
Isolated.
Well, Caleb Rappaport's in the house.
Hey.
Isolated. Let's isolate Caleb Rappaport.
Yeah, I'm in John Biel's room. Yeah.
There you go.
Hi, everybody. Happy 4th.
Going back in time.
Gonna go back in time.
Jay Hannon is in the house, in his house.
I'm really
not in my house.
How you doing, everybody?
Good, man. And who else is in here, Jay?
Doing well. Pass it on, Jay. You're next.
Which
Who's
way?
next? There you go.
That's my friend, brother-in-law, drummer. That's Jimmy.
What up?
Nice, Jimmy. So, Jimmy, what I noticed that's a gaming chair.
I got it on sale online. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Are you a gamer?
Every once in a while, in between work and getting fat. Yeah, I try to. Yep. Yep.
Well, so what games do you play? Like what do you?
A lot of Monster Hunter lately.
Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly, pretty much. Yeah, just a computer.
Shooting ladders.
Yeah, on the weekend, naked stuff like that.
Awesome.
World of Warcraft.
Awesome, man. Well,
Yeah.
cool. It's great to meet you, man. And we'll check out your other guitar in a couple minutes.
Cool, sounds good.
Space it out.
David Nesdahl is here.
Whoa.
Wow.
Here's what that serrated edge. Oh,
Hi.
I have
How
the
we doing?
biggest fear of the serrated edge.
Big violin. Big fiddle there.
Yeah. Little
What
Esquire. Little Esquire.
It's missing a pickup.
No, it's an Esquire.
I know, I'm joking.
Cool guitar.
It's
That
nice.
is cool.
Hi.
Hey, Paul.
Is that Neanderthal?
Hi.
Neanderthal.
No, it's 8.
And Ace.
And Ace.
8.
Lemmy is underneath the desk in a little spot that I didn't think she'd ever
Oh.
live in, but she does.
But my name is Daryl.
She's scared?
The
Fireworks.
She's
bugging her?
chill. She's actually pretty chill. She's old enough. She's been through it a lot. As the years go by, he's getting worse. He's getting worse about it. He used to be chill about it. And now he just won't leave my side. I went outside while it was going off for a while. There was some shit going off, and he was right there by me just because he didn't want to be by himself. So he's getting a little more neurotic.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Dad, grab the Mossberg. Let's go.
I don't know if you heard that one. That was pretty loud.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them going off
Well,
now
he's-
that are pretty good.
Lucky to have Dad to help him and help him through it.
This is why I don't go out. Like I've had to. My lady friend wanted to put me in the sleeper hold tonight, which is a little thing she does.
Really?
And
How does that work?
well, it's you just stop moving and you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
So I couldn't get the sleeper hold. I wanted the sleeper hold, couldn't get the sleeper hold tonight.
Okay.
Wow.
There we go. There's Johnny Beane, everybody, who's apparently growing that
that?
thing back on his face.
Oh, he shaves once every 4 months.
I know the feeling.
Once every 4 days. Yeah.
Once a week, this
Yeah.
around here.
And again,
Become the new norm.
I'm on my scuffed setup here because my main computer, it's on its last legs. So different setup, different everything. So hopefully I'll be done with
Got to
this
get Johnny a good computer.
soon.
Yeah, somebody out there get Johnny a good computer.
Well, now tonight's not a good advertisement because I've been freezing and everything, but my Chromebook is actually it's usually reliable. Well, it's got a good camera anyway, and when it works, it's good. So
It doesn't lag at all.
you can always plug the yeah, it never lags or anything. But it's usually
All right, well,
good.
let's see
Usually
another
works.
axe.
And
It's like tell your
let's
guitar
move
tech
on.
to bring it into you.
Yeah.
Me?
Wait,
one do you want
Boner
to do?
Jams.
Uh-oh.
Where are we? Oh, there it is. Can I show this? Oh, here we go. Man, this chat is cruising.
Yeah. Hi, everybody in the chat. I see.
it is, yeah.
Saying hi.
It is
Don't
going.
forget to hit the thumbs
Here we
up and thank you for watching.
Boner Jams. Jimmy, can you please slowly pull out my universe?
Mm.
Oh, I had
What?
to.
Is that what we're calling it?
I miss her
Yeah.
so. In all seriousness, great to see one of my oldest friends. Love you, bro.
Oh, awesome.
Yo, tell her you're on live on the internet. Get out of here. Get out of the room.
You're gonna get me fired. Okay. Amazing.
Out.
Yep.
Don't want to hear you.
Yeah. I was doing push-ups with the shirt off and right in front of the room. I can't concentrate.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay,
Share it.
We're good. Oh yeah, I got Brian's guitar here too.
We'll show that.
Nice.
first. Why
It's
not?
in the living room. I gotta get it.
What
Well,
do
then
you
never mind. Don't
Oh,
show
you
it.
get it?
Oh man.
Yeah. No.
Show a different one.
Yeah. Their mother trucker. Oops. This is another Ibanez.
Is that a tool poster behind you?
Yeah, apparently that thing is like a collector's item. My room has been the same since 1993, so but it fell off, and I guess it's kind of rare or something. Oh, but yeah, I don't know.
All right, we'll auction that off later on the show.
Ah, more
Yeah,
meatloaf.
some fluid on there or something. But
I don't know if it was a Queen poster or a Tool poster.
yeah, I think it's like the same both ways or whatever. But
So what's this? You got like a Chapman stick there? What's the 9 strings? What's going on? What's going
I
on?
think it's 7. It's like
Okay.
DCM 100. It's the
Uh-huh.
Pure Factory guitar player's signature thing, and Craig from CHS also painted this one too.
The
And-
chalk.
Yeah, speaking
Nice
of video
body
games,
style.
yeah, it's pretty
Nice
cool.
cutaways.
What's that white stuff on the bottom?
White stuff.
What is it? What is that? What,
Vomit?
Oh,
Is that
oh, I
vomit?
don't
No,
know.
it's not vomit.
It's a
Yeah.
graphic.
What's
Yeah,
the graphic?
I can't tell what it is. though.
Oh, the white stuff. That's
It's
what you-
we had a me and Jay's one of our best friends he passed away like 2 years ago, and I wanted to get something kind of remembering him. So speaking of video games, we used to play this video game together, and that's his video game profile.
Oh, cool.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, that was pretty neat. And that's I think these are like limited editions. Now it's even more limited because there's one less, but it comes like a little signature thing back there.
Nice.
The chalk finish looks badass.
Yeah, this one came out really good. Did a really good job in this one.
You put the gem or the universe strap on there?
Oh yeah, it was on sale on Amazon. The Steve Vai strap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jay
Nice.
loves that shit.
And Craig put the wrong screws in. I see that.
Still haven't gone and got the other ones, but yeah, these are the little thin silver ones or whatever.
Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know out there, if you buy a DiMarzio clip lock, like certain guitars, like I'll tell you right in the like instructions when to put the screws in. If you have like an Ibanez or something like that, use the black, longer, thicker screws. So
Most of us just grab whatever the first screws we get,
No.
the one the color we
no,
like.
you got to use the.
That's why I think the straps on my guitar are falling out.
See, that's those are the ones. Are these?
They're way bigger.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, because
Giggity.
The black ones. You know?
Wow.
So yeah,
you get Brian's and shove it.
it's up to you. I mean, if Brian wants to see it, you know, he paid $10 to Johnny for him to see that guitar, so you might as well show him. Yeah, go.
I'll go run
Is this
it.
a peep show now?
Is that the black one? Is that the one I sent him?
Yes, I think
Yes.
so. Green pickups.
Yeah.
Meds are starting to kick in. David can see it's starting to kick back.
Is
Pretty soon,
the one
pretty soon he's going to be like an uncle watching a baseball game,
We're gonna
asleep
watch
in
him-
the third inning.
I like
We're gonna watch him
relaxed
float up.
Dave.
Just float.
Yeah,
Just a little thing of
just
spittle.
fall
coming down
asleep
his-
right there, Dave. It's all good.
No, I'm not gonna fall asleep. Not yet. And I'll say goodnight before I do that.
You just did.
Huh? What?
Yeah, that stuff kicks in.
What
man.
kind of body style was that? Was that Ibanez? That was an interesting. It had the cutaway on the, or not the cutaway, but the like the arm relief on the top of it. We didn't get to see. I mean, he showed it quickly, but it was an interesting body style. Not
Yeah, it's kind of like
The
shaved
typical-
away. What do they call that?
yeah, relief or I don't know what they
No,
call it.
it's
Not relief.
ooh,
but-
Crazy Cook with the
Look at Crazy
ka-ching.
Cook.
Oh man.
Damn.
Oh, thank you, Crazy Cook.
We got to do it 20 times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ejaculation.
that's it's adding up.
Keep talking.
How many
Time
times
out.
is that? 20. There you go, 20.
Thank you so much, Crazy Cook.
Yeah, if we
It's
play
almost
this
the
right,
same as the light bulb. A little bit
if we
different.
play this right, Johnny could end
There's a
up like
light
that
bulb
kid,
with
that
the screen.
Starbucks kid.
Yeah. We have a Johnny. Yeah. Let's just everyone donate for Johnny's new computer. We'll have a new computer by the end of the show.
That's what I said last night. Just but not on here because YouTube takes a lot of money.
Right.
They take a lot of money. So just
Johnny's PayPal.
hit up Johnny's PayPal. Every dollar counts.
At jhannon.
Yep,
For
John
just-
BL.
For just pennies a day. You.
For just pennies a second.
Yeah, it's hard listening to Johnny without compression
You
on
can
his voice.
help struggling.
So let's get him back in his studio.
I'll tell you this.
Studio, which is literally 4 feet to his right.
Right.
It's a Tascam 4-track
Yeah, I mean, that looks more normal. Like
when
that,
you get down to it.
Check.
Why is there a
GS's
ladder behind you, Johnny?
Oh, you noticed?
He's got gear in the ceiling.
Oh man,
Are you going to hang yourself after the show? I mean,
No. No, the serious. I've got a loft right up there, and so I had to where is it? I had to grab. I've got a Seagate to back up my
Brazzers.
yeah, there you go.
Back up your Brazzers
back up my
That's what he needs.
computer.
Is a hard drive.
And
Backing up to the cloud is taking days.
yeah, it turned out it was way too small, and so I'm currently backing up to the cloud right now. But I put the ladder back. Here, I'll do this.
I donated my 64 megs
There we go.
or gigs,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah, thank you again, man. No, so I put this back yesterday, but I brought it back out because Ned loves it. Because we can't let Ned out because of the fireworks, so he climbs up and down the thing.
that's
So,
cheaper than one of those cat trees, I guess.
Yeah,
It's a good
You
idea.
go to Petco, you get the little cylindrical tubes with the rug on them. They charge you like $300 for it. Let's get a ladder. That works out good.
yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
tell you guys, this whole time so far, there's a text thread going through with me, Jeannie, Boner Jams, and Jimmy, and all it is Jeannie and Boner Jams making fun of Jimmy the whole time. That's all they've been doing. The whole time. It's just, if I could read you the stuff they're saying, it's awesome, but I'm not going to.
I wouldn't say it's awesome. It's okay.
It's funny. It's funny that we're live right now, and they're like just busting chops and busting balls.
Yeah, read the last one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sound like a ceiling caving in.
What happened?
No, that was somebody reaching into the potato chips.
Whoa.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Moved on to potato chips.
Here all.
No potato chips.
All right, so before Jimmy sweats us out and falls asleep, let's see
hot in here.
Brian's guitar.
This is Boner Jams, also another Ibanez. I don't really know much.
Oh yeah.
What Jimmy is holding there is a 1992 Ibanez Universe, which is the second year.
I like the 7/8 commentary.
Yeah, looks pretty cool.
Has the
Just
nut
keep
been
holding it up
changed
and
on
let
it?
Jay talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
I got a new
Where you had
from Ibanez Rules, and I installed it for him.
Wow.
Yep.
Low Pro Edge tremolo.
Oh yeah.
Only way to go.
Action looks nice and low.
Set up properly. Yeah, looks good.
So is that a custom swirl, or is that just a standard? They come like that. The pick guard.
That was a custom pick guard that.
You got to pay extra for that.
No, I know, but do they sell custom? Like, do they sell the swirl pick guards in like a print, or is it actually one of a kind?
Is that painted on the inside? On the underneath, is it like a clear pick guard? I forget what it is.
I think that's a black pick guard that was painted on top.
Okay.
I don't know, it's been pretty resistant to my testicles, though, so give it that.
Wow.
Wow, that's good.
Not enough information.
Yeah, I see Gold Bond all over the fretboard. What's going on?
That's how it helps me pick faster.
How do you think it got swirled?
Yeah, see, we got the chin. Yep.
Jimmy, just so you know, when that guitar was at my house, I sacked it a couple times.
I did the same thing. That's how I play it.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah, that high E string through the urethra really really gets you thinking.
Ouch.
That's what the 7th string is for.
I might pass out.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's Brian's guitar.
Let's see the rare Jackson, Michael Jackson,
I think
Freddie
I
Jackson.
broke my toe to get this thing along.
Randy Jackson.
Randy Jackson, Freddie, Janet Jackson.
Thank you, SD Design. Happy Independence
Webby
Day.
Jackson.
Jackson.
Nerd Halen does rock.
Action.
Action Jackson.
Oh,
Thank you, SG Design. Action Jackson.
Yeah, man.
Diamond Jackson.
whoops.
Thank you, SD. Appreciate it. So
before you show this, give a quick. Well, actually, show it. Who cares? Do whatever you want.
It's like a normal guitar.
Who cares?
Like,
Jimmy, don't let Jay tell you what to do.
he knows more about it than I do. Kind
Oh,
of.
King V.
Yeah, from
Nice.
95, and there used to be a music store near me and Jay, and they were switching warehouses, whatever. And I was getting the snare drum fixed at the time. And the guy's like, "Hey, weren't you looking to buy a guitar?" I was like, "Yeah." So he showed us this, and we got a pretty good deal. It was like $500, and I guess it's like a David thing. Yeah, it's $500. And what did we get? $19.99 or
That's a
something.
great deal.
Yeah.
Is that a neck through? Is that like a real one?
Yeah, it's a Dave Mustaine DM062, Dave Mustaine signature. So I recently got this like set up, and the guy was like, I used to work at that store. Holy shit, I can't believe we got it. It's got to be worth $4,000. And I was like, I don't know. But,
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so.
Is that a pawn shop? Was that at a pawn shop or something?
No, hold on. I'll give the story.
They
'Cause I remember. I mean, obviously, it's like the
Nice
Zapruder
try,
film.
Jimmy, but Jay's going to take over now.
It's like the JFK thing. Like different people see different stuff. You know what I mean?
What? Storm out there.
Who the
eating
fuck is
stuff?
cooking bacon?
Jesus.
I was just doing that just to fuck
Oh.
them.
So I thought my pants were on fire.
Those sparklers.
Yeah, so we were there doing whatever, and all of a sudden, what I remember is us standing by the counter, and like behind the counter, they had a bunch of, on the walls and stuff, they had guitars hanging up.
There was another one also hanging up. Remember, it had a red dragon on it. It was a Jackson custom shop or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We saw it hanging there, and I was like, Jimmy, look at the price on that friggin' on that V right there.
But
and then we asked one of the guys that we used to buy stuff for,
Chris Cardinal, and
yeah,
Tom,
and Jimmy, they said the same thing Jimmy just said, like, they were moving warehouses and they forgot, for some reason that guitar or those two guitars or whatever were like covered up and they didn't notice them.
Yeah.
And they pulled them out like, yo, look at these things we just found. And like Jimmy said, I guess that model, that one model, was it the last year or the only year that Mustaine had a trem?
Yeah, I guess it was the hardtail ones or whatever after that. The guy that set it up was telling me, Scott Kopek was the man. But yeah, I guess this is one of the only years where it has the Floyd Rose or whatever. And I guess the other ones used to have his name on the headstock, and this one just says Made in USA or whatever.
That's cool. And it's good that it doesn't have his name on it.
You said it was a neck through?
It's a cooler guitar without his name on it.
Show the back, dude.
The back of what? My hair?
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
USA Jackson neck through King V for $500. That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And you're done.
Any neck through. I mean,
yeah,
that's a good deal.
Well, not necessarily.
Any USA guitar for $500.
Well,
that's different. Yes.
For USA, yeah.
Well, Jimmy made a modification. Like as soon as he bought it, I remember going home and he wanted to put EMGs in there from the get go, so he swapped them out.
Yeah, I still have the original ones though in the case here. But
so if anybody wants to buy it for $40,000,
yeah, you want to put a mortgage down in the house. Then.
What's up, Josh Jones in the chat? Josh Jones, monster.
Wait, is it 4 springs or did he put a trem block back there?
It looks like there's 4. I don't know what that means. What you just said, but
there's no trem block.
Okay, because I saw the.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, it is. Man.
No, it's this different color.
Is there a trem block?
Yeah, that's a bigger trem block.
No. What I meant
was titanium. It looks titanium to me.
Huh?
Oh, maybe not.
Doesn't look like there's a block on it.
No, I meant. God damn it! I meant. Did he block did he put one of those things in there to block the trem so it can't move? That's what I meant.
A trem block. Huh?
Trem block.
Yeah, a trem block would be what you're talking about.
That's what I said before.
Why don't you call Sammy?
So I did.
He's got a trem block for you.
In the shop.
So anyway,
who has those T-shirts? Who has? Remember all that?
Yes.
No, it's.
Oh my gosh,
that was pretty funny. My favorite is watching Caleb.
Were those
post
for
it.
real, or was that just? Yeah, was that just Caleb causing trouble?
those are made to screw with the crazy people in my Van Halen group on Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it was funny. That was funny.
Not to go off on a different direction, but we need to devote a part of the show to that group because every hour there's something new in that group, and there's always the same people freaking out. It's so.
How about the Guy Fieri dude with Flavortown, bro?
Oh my god! There's so much hate for Sammy Hagar. It's unbelievable.
Do they not watch Johnny's shows? Or
Got to hire more security. They don't even know Johnny runs the page. They're just
Right.
see the years, 78 to 84, and they're like, oh my god, Dave Years.
Yeah, and they're creating.
My favorite is when somebody posts something that has nothing to do with Van Halen and goes, I know this is a Van Halen site, but I just wanted to share my Dream Theater video. I was like, okay. Congratulations.
Don't they know that Hal Sparks is the new singer in Van Halen anyway?
Oh my god! And there's always one guy who comes in immediately and goes, "Get lost, troll." every
troll. Yeah, I've
Get
seen
lost,
that.
troll.
He told me to
Van
get
Halen
lost, too.
7884 security. It's a midget.
It's crazy.
Stanford
well,
needs-
I want to show you something. Here's Johnny. I read it out the name, so you
Keep
can't
it on
see
your pants.
But I sent Johnny one earlier or a couple hours ago because I was scrolling through, and there was this big argument. I forget what the thing was talking about, but this woman wrote Michael Anthony. Well, I should probably cover their pictures too. God,
just
Put
read
your
it.
thumb over it.
no, because it's better if you see it.
Yeah, redact a little more.
Redact.
Redact. Thank you, NSA.
Right? Let's get the Mueller
No,
report.
thank you, Veep.
Oh, crap. Okay. I think I got it now.
I think I got it.
It's pretty cool actually because Kevin Dugan is in there now, and he was actually commenting, telling some cool stories about some of the pictures. Did you guys see that?
We got to get
Nice.
him on. Get him on.
Oh my goodness, Kevin,
Yeah,
did amazing.
See, look at that. That's
Wow.
like every other comment and every thread in there turns out like that.
Johnny, you should be getting rid of those guys.
Facebook
do.
is starting to become AOL.
I do, but I add 500 people to the group every couple days.
Wow.
It's crazy.
But this
500?
this person
Yeah.
that wrote that, they
It's
were all
nonstop.
over posts. Like if anybody mentioned Sammy Hagar at all, he'd blow his top.
How many people are in that group now?
I saw like 16,000 the other
Three.
day.
Over, I think we just hit 18,000 or something.
Yeah,
When
so
can you start-
16,000 and change.
Can you start like making money off that eventually? Like just because you can advertise to all those people, or no?
I don't know.
Like the bigger the group.
I don't know. I advertise these shows. Like if you go there right now, highlighted an announcement is a live video of this.
Oh wow.
So there might be some people. Well, according to my
Not working.
calculations, there's one person watching from Facebook right now
According to my
calculations.
My calculation.
because of the numbers. I see a difference in numbers. So that tells me,
You're
like
like
whatever
whale
the,
hunting over there.
whatever the difference is, that's the Facebook audience. But no, most of the views are like afterwards.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I'll keep lighting some fires
It
over there.
is.
It's fun. It's fun.
It is. But yeah, those T-shirts are funny though, man.
Yeah. Just like put up an ad for some
Keep lighting
tequila,
fires.
some tequila.
Caleb,
Bravo.
you should just type in right now. I heard Sammy Hagar's joining the band again.
Yeah, breaking Sammy Hagar to rejoin Van Halen.
I just loved how the guy that was having the Flavortown discussion just kept going, yeah, no double talking in Flavortown, bro. Like just kept doing everything with Flavortown, just fucking with that kid. It was awesome.
Oh, there you go.
Why don't you give Sammy a call?
This is one of them.
Why don't you call Sammy?
Damn it.
But those are that would be a great T-shirt.
Pull it
though,
back.
that is-
Bring it in. Pull back.
Now put it close.
Uh,
and follow.
There you
I
go.
want that. I'm gonna make that shirt.
Call Sam.
John Biel.
It's a perfect headshot.
Yeah, but you should put your head on there, Caleb.
I love the headshot because it's like Eddie and his most confused looking too.
Yeah.
It's perfectly lined up. The quote comes exactly with, like, that's him saying the quote, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can picture
Yeah.
it. If you've,
Yeah,
seen
it's right.
if you've seen the video, you can picture
Right.
it.
Oh, Sammy.
There was a front and a back too. Remember that?
Yep.
No,
Caleb.
hold on. Caleb, the front is perfect. On the back, just have the words. So I
call
called
him
him right there from his shop.
That's so funny.
I was over at Claudio's. I'm bummed. Our singer just split.
How can you get?
And he goes, why did you call Sammy? I just talked to Sammy. Why did you call Sammy? So I said, give me his number, man. I called him right there from his shop.
That's a good one too.
Dave wanted
That's the face.
Yeah.
That's the face right when he's saying
serious
it.
face.
When he looks up,
Yeah.
And Dave wanted to be a movie. And by the way, that's the first time I ever saw Alex's eyes was in that interview. Anybody else? Anybody else?
yeah.
He always
I know
had
what
the
you mean. He's always wearing
sunglasses. Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, I know you're dying, man.
Here's one more. Okay.
One on the stage.
Oh, those are great, man. Those are awesome. All right, Jimbo.
Oh yeah,
So what? What's going on?
Jimbo?
I've lost 12 pounds since.
That's what his name says.
Yeah.
Does it?
Jimbo.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I had to change.
There it is.
Yeah. It was.
I was gonna say, damn, Johnny's got some cajones there, coming up with a nickname for somebody he just met.
Jimbo.
Jimbo.
From the
Jimborino.
Simpsons, Jimbo Jones.
Bimbo.
Was that the Simpsons? Jimbo? Wasn't that
Yeah,
like
Jimbo.
the bully?
One of the guys. Yeah, Jimbo Jones. Yeah.
Jimmy Chunga.
What are you
So,
doing?
oh wait. Oh, so you're done showing the guitars?
No, I think he's got one more. Yeah.
Oh,
What else you got, man? Let's see it.
Do you?
I got a water bottle. Showing my other chair that's not gaming. A knife.
Why don't you call Jimmy? Why don't you give Jimmy a
Call
call?
Jimbo.
A lot of shit. A lot of stuff.
Jimmy, how tight?
You got to convey.
Whoa, how tight? What? Go.
How tight
Keep
do you
on.
tune your snare drum?
All the way. Well, more or less.
All the way.
Really detailed there.
I don't know. That's flat. I don't know.
Jimmy, did you play? Wait, did he play in Gizmochi? Was he the drummer for Gizmochi, or he was just you met him? Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Nice.
Yep.
Now he plays guitar,
Jimmy's how you
or
met
he
your,
likes to play both.
Jimmy's how you met Jeannie.
Yes.
There you go.
And the funny
And
thing, a funny story about this. I first started well, it wasn't Gizmochi then, but with my best friend at the time, started a band with him. It was just guitar and drums. And then I remember my older brother, played drums, and one of his drumming buddies was over after school. And all of a sudden, we're BSing and stuff. And I told him, I was like, yeah, man, me and my friend Anthony just started a band, blah, blah, blah. He's like, wait a minute. He goes, best friends and bands never work. He's like, let me tell you something. I'm giving lessons to this young kid now. His name is Jimmy Hatcher. Remember that name, man, because he's going to be an awesome drummer. And lo and behold, 2 years later, 3 years later, there he is.
Yeah.
And like all awesome drummers, he has a fantastic guitar collection.
Yep.
Fantastic T-shirt.
Hey, I got a question for Jimbo. It's written there.
First, you have to.
Official,
Your mouth has
Jimbo.
to move.
I know. What's going on? Do I have to go out and come in? Can you hear me, though?
You're in my room. That's why.
Your little egg.
Hi. What was it
what
like?
was that noise?
What was it like when you found out your sister was hooking up with a guitar player in your band?
You son of a bitch.
You knew that was coming.
How
Yeah.
awkward was that?
It was pretty weird, I guess. Yeah.
It's still pretty weird.
Yeah, more or less. But he's a nice
Yeah.
guy, and if I had to, I could kill him. So whatever,
Yeah.
works out well.
But was it like
Jimbo seems like a real nice guy. I don't know about
Who told-
7/8, but
Who
Jimbo.
told who? Like how did it come up? I'm just curious. Those things.
I don't really remember. That was like 38 years ago now. And
Jay remembers.
Wow. Years ago.
Tell the
Yeah.
story, Jay.
I do remember because Jimmy, I think, was the last to know. Out of
no.
obviously,
That's probably
obviously
for the best,
Jeannie,
Jay.
obviously, Jeannie was the first to know. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
But
back.
well, I'll just give the long story short. Jimmy's mom, Carol, who chimes in every once in a while on these and watches, she was like, we were trying to think of like how we could tell Jimmy, because I'm like, is he gonna kill me? Is it blah? Last thing I wanted to do was
Just
ruin
like
the band.
the Hangover. The brother
tell.
in the Hangover.
The last thing I wanted to do is like ruin
Oh,
the band.
man.
You know what I mean?
So
So
the guy makes his living beating things with sticks.
Yeah.
it wasn't beating me.
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, Jay, about how not only band members' ex-girlfriends are supposed to be off limits, but family members is even another whole level.
Yeah. So
What a prick.
Whole nother.
So anyway, I think it was like I was like, all right, Carol, let me hang out with Jimmy, and I'll kind of try to talk to him, and I'll break it to him. She's like, okay, I think that's best. And then I remember getting like a phone call the next day. I told Jimmy, and I'm like, what?
Wow. So you guys were already dating
Yeah.
without him knowing. Like he didn't see any kind of chemistry or anything going on between the two of you at all. So he had no idea.
You sneaky motherfucker.
I mean, it was a long time ago. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure he doesn't want to talk about this.
I don't give a shit. I don't think I was really paying attention though. Like,
What do you mean? He's got
I
two
see out the window
beautiful
every day.
like nieces and nephews now.
When you When you
Older
introduced
sister
him
or
to
younger
Ellie,
sister, Jimmy?
when you introduced him
my
to
God.
Ellie, and she could talk.
I couldn't hear anything. What happened?
Older sister or younger sister?
I couldn't hear anything. What happened?
Older sister or younger sister?
Younger.
Oh, Jay Hannon.
Jay Hannon, trouble.
Yeah, what was she? I don't want to get in trouble. Was she 13 when you started dating her? Jay was 13. Yeah.
There's the cops at the door.
Yeah, that's how Jimmy found out.
Please.
Yeah.
Start popped out.
Ben Tom is. We can count on Ben for a lot of stuff that we actually approve, but I don't think we're approving that one. So
No.
yeah. Anyway, so
Somebody can approve it, not me.
All right. Well, I that's just an interesting story because it's the ultimate don't shit where you eat move, but it worked out. So
It totally did. It totally did. I mean, I've been with Jeannie now for 22 years.
Wow.
Huh?
And I've been in a band with Jimmy for 24 years.
Yeah.
And he's still, to this day, one of my best friends. And, our families get along like great. Our parents are, they both live down here now.
That's probably important.
Yeah, they hang out and shit. It's cool, man. We have a great time. So
Very cool.
very lucky.
That's so special.
All right. So who liked who first, Jeannie or you? Or was it mutual?
Who can you tolerate more?
I'm not getting my. Is that a question for Jimmy or a question for me?
I have a question for you. Like, who did you like her?
Just
before
answer
she
the
liked you?
question.
Or did she like you before you liked her?
I think it was when I had to pick her up from school in 7th grade. That might have been. That really
I
capped it
don't
off.
usually say things like this to
Jeez.
girls your age, but when I saw you that day,
Yeah.
So I do remember.
that day, I knew.
Gene's in the
I
house.
knew.
I do remember.
16.
I was dating this girl at the time.
Oh.
And I was over her house, and I was calling Jimmy to find out if we were what time band practice was or whatever. I forget why. And every time I would call and Jimmy wasn't there, their mom would answer.
I think we're calling him Jimbo.
I'm not calling him Jimbo. You can stop right there. I'll call you John Bo. How about that?
Sam Bilbo.
So their mom would always put me on the phone with Gene. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, why? It was always fine. It was just whatever. So I remember this one time, like I said, I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and I hung the phone up. And this girl looks at me and she goes, "You like Jimmy's sister?" And I was like, "How are you talking about?" "Oh shit, I do." It was one of those moments.
Wow.
So you were the third to know.
Yeah, I was the third to know. You're right, man. You're right. Yeah.
That's cool.
So did she
Jeannie knew
break,
first,
did she
then
break
her
up with you
friend
right
knew.
then?
No, hell no. Shit.
You
No,
threw
he's
her
like,
one,
I'm not
you
going
threw her
to
one
look
real
up a
quick.
band guy. What a loser.
He's Jay Hannon. Okay.
It's not that quick, right?
Yeah, he threw her one real quick and said, "Beat it."
So look at that.
Jimbo's right next to you. You can do the virtual punch if you want.
But any guys out there or girls, and
Virtual
you're
Vader.
planning on like dating a guy in the band or something like that, or like if you're in the band, like interband stuff or interfamily stuff, like when that stuff, like 99 times out of 100, it doesn't work,
And you ruined the band.
and you ruin the band, and sometimes you ruin, friendships.
Yeah.
You know,
For a short time, my best friend in high school dated my sister, and that was not cool.
Awkward.
And I don't think it was because of me that it never worked out. I mean, it's just a high school relationship, but yeah, I certainly didn't help.
For Jay, it was junior high school
Anyway.
relationship. So yeah.
It's like dating someone in your apartment building. That doesn't get stupider than that.
Yeah.
Dating somebody at work.
Yeah, well, just yeah.
I mean, any of it. Yeah. It's you're starting off. To begin with, it's not gonna. You already know it's not gonna work out, or it's gonna be a struggle to begin with.
And that's hour one, ladies and gentlemen, of Straturday Night Live.
Now take off my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx
How
the
many
band
more
and
we got?
break up.
They break up.
All right, I'm out of here,
Oh,
guys.
man.
I'm happy to be here for the hour.
Oh.
I gotta go. It's time to go
Oh,
to sleep.
who gets the center square
Thanks for
Neanderthal?
joining us,
Or
Dave.
Jimbo?
See you guys
Dave.
later, man.
No,
See you, Dave.
Have a great rest of your show.
Sweating.
Good night, Dave.
Good night.
Have a great week.
And
Oh,
we're gonna
Victory
lose,
is mine.
Oh my god, my tinnitus is just.
oh, I know. It just kicked in. Huh? I know.
Holy cow.
Oh,
All right.
Jimmy, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you. Appreciate thanks for having me.
Oh, is Jimmy
Get out of
tapping
here.
out too?
See you later, Jim.
400 degrees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dave's gone. We'll see you later, Jim.
great to meet you, man.
Oh, I was
Hey,
in middle
no.
square for a moment.
Hang out, man. Anytime, Jim.
To appreciate that.
Hey, Jimbo, it was nice meeting you.
You too. Bye, guys.
I'm
Hey,
sorry
Jimbo.
about your sister and Jay.
Could have been Jane's brother. All right. See you guys later.
You don't have to leave, Jim. You can hang out if you want
He,
to.
No,
he
he
has to
does.
wake
He's
up in
allowed,
4
John.
hours.
Like 7 pounds in my room.
Oh, you get Well, some of us.
He's in the cool hand Luke seat.
Yeah. Look at my hair. Yeah. It's just like, well, don't look at it. But anyway. All right. See you guys later. Thanks.
Night.
All right.
Later, man.
Good
Nice
night.
meeting you, man.
Night, Jim.
Now they're gone. Let's talk about them.
Wow.
Silence. It was a whole new day. I thought.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm gonna turn on my fan.
Now this seems like a regular show.
Yeah.
Yes, CJ already bailed out.
See you, Jay.
I'm gonna leave too.
Great. Chaps.
Jay's going
Yeah,
to get
someone's
edibles.
going to be on.
Joe Christian.
Well,
In my stereo rig, I run a
Thank you, Joe.
5053 EL34.
He asked
with
that
the
question like
Splon
45 minutes
Nitro.
ago.
yeah.
Anyone else played a Splon?
I've heard of Splons,
Oh.
but
Yeah, I've heard they sound great too.
I've never played one.
I've never played one either.
Great
I've never
high
played
gain
one.
amp.
Saldano-esque.
I don't even know.
I was going to say, it sounds like, Soldano. That kind of.
You see that new 30 watt? It's like $3,000, right? Oh, $3,200 for a 30 watt amplifier.
Jesus.
For a Splon?
No, the new Saldano 30 watt that
Oh.
just came out.
Oh.
Soldanos have always been super expensive, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they were the first boutique, really, or what weren't they? One of the,
early
mid-80s.
Yeah. Well, they were.
Well, I guess
definitely-
Mesa Boogie was probably one of the first.
if you can pull Edward off his holy grail Marshall, you got to be a good amp, and that's the one that did it. So
Or was it Eric Clapton? It's in the way you move it. Wasn't that? That's where I first saw Soldano in the back of that video. Was it the one where he's playing pool from the Color of Money?
The Color of Money. Oh, he was using. Oh, that's right. He was using Soldanos, huh?
wow,
I think that was before Ed. I mean, that was like 85, wasn't it?
yep.
I just remember it was prominent in that video.
I don't know,
can see
John
it right in the
BL.
back.
Look it up. Oh, you're talking.
Yeah. I only have one computer now, so I can't look things up.
Uh,
I don't want to look anything up because they might lag.
use your phone, Johnny. I've noticed Johnny's posting a lot more
Looks
now.
pale. My God.
because he's got his phone, so he's just doing a lot more posting,
Oh man.
a lot
Yeah,
more pictures, a lot
it's-
more selfies. Loving that thing.
Is that
oh,
pink?
wow.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay, guys.
Did you get that from Mancuda?
And they could have sent you a
It was
case.
the cheapest one, right?
The cheapest case I could find was pink, and then I had to get a pop thing that matched.
Well, pop
So-
socket.
But it's
Damn,
it's
man,
there's-
you're cheap.
There's a man who's confident in his sexuality.
Yes.
There's a man who's budget conscious.
Yeah, that's all.
that too. Which one?
Oh, that reminds me. I got to share these videos. I haven't shared this video anywhere yet.
By the way, Hugh Caldwell brings up a good point. Anybody does anybody think that the new Jackson Jack Butler guitar is an extremely limited audience?
I don't even know
We'll
what it
have to
looks
look at it.
Who's Jack
I
Butler?
don't know.
See, that's exactly
There
the
you
point.
go.
If you, a guy who plays guitar, doesn't get the reference, I don't know.
I mean,
a
I
lot
probably,
of
I probably know what band he plays in, right? What band is it?
no, it was the guitar player in Crossroads that Steve Vai played at the
Oh,
end. I mean,
Oh,
literally,
right.
Oh yeah.
all
There
right,
it
I'm-
is.
That's
Yeah, I
see
saw
how limited an audience that guitar is.
And what doesn't make sense is that was a Charvel in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess because Jackson uses that headstock and Charvel no longer does,
Yeah.
that's the reason that they went with.
Yeah.
That's why
we were talking about this. We were talking about this the other day, Caleb. I think about the fact that the Charvels are a little more traditional versus the Jackson that are a little more shredder.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that obviously a Charvel is a shredder guitar, they're not quite as extreme.
Yeah.
Oh man, it should be Jack's 666. Should be the
Yes. Or Jack B.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Butt.
Jack Butt.
Jack Butler.
And I do believe the Jack Butler only had one Hummer in it. So,
No,
Really?
it was a double.
are you sure?
Pretty sure. Yeah.
WL.
Let's go.
Which one had the
I'll Google
leopard,
it right
leopard
now.
pickguard? Did he play that in? Did he play that in Crossroads with the leopard pickguard, or am I thinking of something else?
Let's get Steve I on here. Let's get Steve I on
Yeah,
here.
we need Steve.
Bring him in.
That's a nice guitar, though. It's really nice. Is it a sparkle finish? Looks like it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's double. It's double
Oh, it
hump.
does have it is a double, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He played. Did he only play two guitars in the movie, or did
One.
I think he played.
Oh no, he
Just-
grabbed
didn't he
another
pick
one,
up-
right?
He
Is
grabbed a different one. Yeah,
That's
Is
true.
the first one a single Hummer?
Oh.
I thought that was is that the leopard, or is he wearing leopard like pants or something?
He's wearing a red and black leopard shirt or zebra
Yeah, it must
shirt,
be.
whatever. I kind of want to look at that.
Too
now.
early, Jay.
It's like
Man. Tired.
oh,
So was that a custom build for the movie, or for Steve? Must have been, right?
Well, it was an old Charvel that he had, but
I don't think it was custom. I think they
no, I think it was just a
just
a
regular.
prop guitar.
Yeah, regular.
But does it have a Jackson neck?
What? No, it was a
it-
Charvel.
Sure. Oh, okay.
And the Charvels back in the mid early '80s were the best shredder guitars in the world, and everybody knew it.
Like the original. Were those
Way
the original
better,
San Diego's?
Yeah, way better than Kramer. They were just amazing.
Oh.
They were. I'm sorry. I remember the time. A bunch of my friends had
Well,
one.
it was before Kramer.
No, it wasn't. But it was
not before Kramer, but before Ed had a Charvel before he had a Kramer.
well. That was the show. Yeah, the '79 Charvel definitely.
Yeah.
But by '81, '82, then the Kramers, the Pacer was out, and they were competing, but they couldn't compete with that neck. The necks on those guitars were just the best, and they were real flat and wide, and a lot of room to maneuver.
Why do they say? Why is it? That's not the movie guitar.
It looks like it.
It is.
It's a Jackson.
Is it?
That's
Yes,
why
I know
was
that
saying
because-
is, why is it branded a Jackson? Yeah.
Johnny, go back up.
Because Charvel
There's a
doesn't
different
use that
neck.
head. Charvel doesn't use that headstock.
We talked about this before, I remember.
I'm sure we did. Yeah. What was in the movie? Yeah. You have
What
to
was
clip
the
from
deal? There was some sort of yeah, we talked about this before. The Jackson was covered up in the movie. Yeah, I think it was just a blank headstock.
Oh, I thought I saw Charvel.
No,
I
there was
thought-
no headstock on the guitar.
It was
What?
a Steinberger.
No, I mean there's no
No logo
Decal.
on. No
Oh,
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a
There's
still.
no
and
logo.
It's all black. Oh, that's good. Okay.
Oh, well, then that makes sense then.
And it was a Jackson.
Yeah, because nobody paid to have the logo in the movie. I'm guessing.
Oh, weird.
Well,
I always thought I always thought I
Vi
saw
endorse
Charvel.
any of them? Who was Vi endorsing at the time?
He wasn't. He wasn't endorsing anybody. I don't think at the time.
Nope.
Was
He
his
was-
first endorse? Well,
He
no,
was
I mean,
still
it was first
relatively
endorsed
unknown. He was.
Ibanez, but
He was just.
I'm sure he endorsed at least strings and pickups and stuff like that, or before he. I don't know when he was with Frank.
Let's get him on. Let's get him.
Frank
back.
Corcoran.
He played Strats. He played Strats with Zappa.
Yeah.
But they had it was Floyd, wasn't it? Super Strats, like the
Yeah,
like true super Strat.
They were done up. Yeah. He played with, he had modified them, but they were still Strats.
They were super duper Strats.
They were double secret probation Strats.
Happy birthday, Amanda.
It was a Straturday night Strat. We got to get Fender to make a Straturday night Strat.
In fact, they used, one of the things that I don't know that he was endorsed by it, but it was essentially written on Zappa Records that Vi's position in the band was Strat abuse.
Wow.
He started out as his transcriber. I only know any of this stuff is because his roommate
That's what I had heard.
Joe Stump, who now plays with Alcatraz. That Vi was actually in the band at the time. So Joe Stump was Steve Vai's roommate, and he said that Vi would literally write down everything and then mail it to Zappa while he was at Berkeley, and that's how he got the gig.
Wow.
There is a great Zappa documentary, and I think it's called Zappa in His Own Words. It was on Netflix for a while. I don't know if it still is, but Zappa in His Own Words, and it's all interviews, like first person interviews with some of them. Like he was confrontational, or he was very political and very opinionated. And some of the interviewers he really goes at it with, and some of them, like there's a state police officer from, I don't know, some Philadelphia or somewhere that he actually interviews because he became friends with this state police officer. And Frank was always, kind of anti-drug and anti, whatever. I don't know if he was Republican or what he was, but he was very political anyway. But this state is very prominent in the interview in the movie. This long interview that he did with a state trooper, talking in depth about his music and his guitar playing and all of that. None of you guys have seen it?
Yeah, one of the things that Zappa did do, I remember, was, and if he thought that they didn't know his music and stuff, he was very, very antagonistic. A lot like the guys in Iron Maiden and Deep Purple and some of these other a lot of English rock stars were like this. One of the great stories in Frank Zappa's biography is when they were playing, and I think it was San Francisco or it might have been San Diego, but somewhere in California, they were playing a place that was frequented by military. And they did this song that had, before they introed the song, it was basically a statement about killing babies, like baby killers,
that was one of their songs, wasn't it? The Mothers of Invention.
Yeah. So he comes out,
he
comes out with a dagger, or a Bowie knife. And he basically is on stage, like stabbing this baby, like this baby doll, rag doll thing, as sort of a political statement before the thing. And all of the Marines and everybody there were like going nuts, like missing the irony in the fact that he was ripping on them at the time. And it's typical of any other sort of a bro douchebag that doesn't get the joke when you're making fun of them.
Right.
And Zappa used to do stuff like that all the time. And a lot of his stuff was so cerebral and ironic that more often than not, the target of the joke that he was trying to get at, the satire he was going right at them, would miss it because it was a little bit too cerebral. It was too smart, too thinking, and he was basically insulting the intelligence of the people across from him. And he would do that with interviewers as well. If he thought that the interviewer had no idea what Zappa was about, he would just basically eviscerate him mentally. He was very confrontational, very difficult guy apparently to deal with. And yet a musical genius. A guy like Zappa begets a guy.
He must have been very liberal. He must have been a very liberal guy, because I don't think he was.
And a guy like, I think he was a free thinker. I don't know that he was liberal. I think he was a free thinker, and he had his views, and he was very, very steadfast in his views. But if you don't have Frank Zappa, then you don't get guys like Trent Reznor. You don't get guys like Devin Townsend, and Steven Wilson, and a lot of these sort of singular musical geniuses that really sort of descend from what Frank did first.
Even Iggy Pop and some of the early like punk guys that were kind of, because Mothers of Invention was what, 67 or something like that. It was early.
Yeah. And he also, he also did the GTOs too. He was a big supporter of other musicians and tried to have. Frank Zappa had his own little sort of commune thing going, like the Grateful Dead.
Well, in that documentary, there's an early clip of him as probably like maybe a 19, 20-year-old, and he's on some late night show, some variety show, and he's playing kind of like John Cage kind of music. He's playing a bicycle. He's playing like he's gets drumsticks and he's playing a bicycle, and he's playing the different parts of the bike to make tones and stuff out of it. And that was in early, and he even says like, "Oh, I'm a composer" in that interview. And
oh yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
we'll
he was
have to look
was
and see who that was, but it was even early he was very avant-garde and very
and lost in all of that is how great a guitar player he was.
Yeah, someone I mean I never explored his full catalog, but somebody who definitely didn't get the the recognition that he. Ooh, I'm a top fan. Janice is always a top fan, of course.
Janice, you're the only one watching from Facebook.
Janice is always welcome.
So it should say, "Ooh, I'm the only fan." That's what it should say.
Congratulations,
Bah, bah,
Janice.
bah, 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 bah. You ever do that when somebody's doing like talk to text?
Oh,
I did it to Jeannie a while ago, and it's just funny, man.
She
She's
loved
like
it.
walking past me. I'm sitting on the couch. She walks past. Next thing you know, I see her doing the well, blah blah blah, and I yelled some, probably vulgar stuff.
yeah, and it gets on there, and they send it right at yeah. So they have to apologize and say, "No, that wasn't me."
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Steve Allen. Thank you, Bent Tom. Steve Allen's show. He played the bicycle.
So Boner Jams is saying that I almost said Frank the Tank. Jesus, Frank Zappa wrote Baby Shark. Baby Shark.
He wrote a song called Baby. It's not. I don't think it's the same Baby Shark.
Oh,
The
God.
viral video thing. I think he did write a song called Baby Shark or
So
Shark.
that guy's
I remember-
dead. That guy's dead. Whoever wrote that, or they should be.
I remember everybody goes through a Frank Zappa phase. I think when you're going through like learning music, you sit back and you go, okay, I'm going to listen to this because I've heard about him. And you put it on and you go, oh shit, no. Because it's just
My
so
dad
weird.
my dad had a great album collection, and that I mean the album cover and the whole Mother's Invention with, I think it had like some kind of a comic strip or something. So the guy was shaven with what was it? Weasels Ate My
It was
Flesh.
the
I think
Weasel,
the name of
yeah.
the song.
Yeah.
And then it's exactly. I put it on, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah. I'm not
Yeah,
like this.
as a kid, you can't possibly understand anything other than Don't Eat the Yellow Snow and Catholic Girls. Like those are the only two songs that anybody knows from Joe, in Joe's Garage. Joe's Garage, gotta have Joe's Garage. You put it on, and about 15 minutes into it, you realize, no. And then when you get older, you realize, oh, holy shit, this is brilliant.
Well,
but
this
as
is
a kid,
a great
as a 10-year-old,
topic we can talk about. It's a great topic we can, because becoming mature enough to appreciate different kinds of music. I definitely, there was a lot of bands that I tried out early on, when I was first discovering rock and classic rock or even modern rock. And Primus was a perfect example, because I started playing bass when I was a freshman, like in high school, when I was like, oh, Primus is supposedly like,
Yep.
He's Les Claypool is the craziest bass player and the greatest bass player at the time. This was early 90s, and I wasn't ready for it. And I listened to it, and I was like, I want to like this, but I don't really like it. And years later, it was like,
you mean Primus?
Finally, I Primus. Well, my first experience with Primus, I didn't really like it.
Oh,
and
man,
I bought a few of the albums, and I didn't like them.
They're
But
local. They're from here. They're from here. And so,
Bay Area,
so
definitely.
I would see their Jerry as a race car driver. I would see their music videos, and then Primus would do the New Year's Eve shows every year at the Oakland. Which place was it? In Oakland. And I went to no, not the Coliseum. Oakland. It was downtown. It was a theater or something. But I went to one of them one year, like 1997 or something. And
that was kind of their second lineup, I think, with Brain on drums. I think in '97.
Yeah,
Brain, yeah.
It was interesting I was at a Tool show in the early 2000s at the Berkeley Performance Center, the Berkeley Theater, whatever they call it there in Berkeley, California.
Tool played there. Wow. Oh, I thought you were talking about Berkeley.
The Berkeley Community Theater.
Berkeley Community Theater. Yeah, it was Tool. This is like early 2000.
That's on campus.
Berkeley College of
That's on
Music
campus.
has an old
downtown,
great
yeah.
old theater.
and it was Tool with King. Well, actually, Robert Fripp opening up, and basically Robert Fripp is doing his 25-minute theremin thing on stage before Tool. But I'm sitting sitting with a couple of friends of mine. One of the guys was with Q Prime Management. In front of us are James Hetfield, Sammy, and Les Claypool.
Sammy, why don't you call Sammy?
Wow.
It was the strangest thing. We were like sitting fourth row, and I thought, "Wow, these are great seats." And then those three walked in and sat down right in front of us. I'm like, well, I guess they're not that great.
What year was that? 97? Was that 97?
No,
2000.
2002, maybe 2003. When right after
That's awesome.
was it Lateralis? No, what was the one after that? 10,000 Days.
I don't know. Tool. I don't know the Tool catalog well enough.
Yeah, but that was it was cool. You your band is good when guys like that are going to the show. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
And Primus is a tough band to listen to if you're not tolerant, because it's essentially like acid jazz being played through Marshalls.
Yeah, it's cerebral. I mean, you've definitely got to understand what you're listening to, because it's not only is it that they use strange time signatures and everything like that, but just the sound of their albums is different, you know. But going back and listening to what was the Brown album is one of the best sounding albums of the 90s.
Out of here.
Oh man, the Brown album is one of. Is it the Brown album? That's what it's called, right? The Brown album. The first one with Brain. First one with Brain is a great.
No, you got to listen to like Frizzle Fry is great.
Yeah.
Well, that too. I mean, I do love the early stuff too, but I think I don't know. The Brown album just has a sound that's.
Suck on This Live. Suck on This Live is amazing.
Hey, he likes the Brown album.
I know, but I cannot like the Brown album.
What's wrong with the Brown album?
There was a brown plastic case. Was the friggin' CD case? I remember I bought that the day it came out, and we didn't like.
That's why I hated it, because it was brown.
I have mine. Mine is warped. It's like it sat out in the sun, and the brown is warped, so it's really weird. I don't know where mine is.
So it's a unique. It's a very unique sounding album. Go back and listen.
The record
to it,
is warped, so it actually sounds normal.
In my opinion,
I'm gonna put it on right now, John BL.
Yeah, go back and listen to it. In my opinion, it's a very unique and almost dry, but very well thought out and well produced album. I don't know. I haven't listened to it in a year or so, but
I think everything before
last time I listened
Sailing
to
the Seas of Cheese is brilliant. Everything after Sailing the Seas of Cheese,
their whole catalog, I really like.
Well,
I can't. Yeah, you're right. I can't say the whole catalog, but up until the mid 2000s, it was always great stuff.
1998 Brown album. Because Tales from the Punch Bowl, that album's awesome.
Just listen to the. That the one? No, Tales from the Punch Bowl had that was the intro, like the concert intro. It had like a real build up, like almost like a Pink Floyd kind of build up to it.
It's like a circus.
Yes, yeah. That was a great intro. I'll give you that. That album was a good.
That was the one with Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
Yes,
yeah.
Which is a great song.
We covered that years ago.
And last one with Herb until the.
What's that song about?
It's about Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
Thanks.
You know what? I can't think of the lyrics. She's got a big brown beaver, and what does she do?
Stuck it up in the air.
Starts with like a live something going on. Okay, now I hear what you're saying.
I sure do love this bitch brown beaver, and I wish I did have a pair.
That's right. The video was perfect. Yeah, the video, all the Rancho.
I mean, but you talk. I mean, the Tom Waits part of Tommy the Cat is just insane. Tommy the Cat is a great song. Jerry Was a Race Car Driver is a great song.
I would say, probably
Harold of the Rocks is a great
Pork
song.
Soda was probably their swan song. Pork Soda was like their 1984, I guess. It was like their biggest, certainly their most popular era. But then I saw them in the I think I saw them in '99. I saw them in New York City at the Roseland or one of the big ballrooms.
Suck on This. They open up with YYZ.
What's going on, Caleb? Are you falling asleep, Paul? Are you falling asleep here?
Oh, we're losing energy here, folks.
Losing energy, man.
It's only 10:28 Pacific time.
Dude, the drums are on the left channel on this album. Like, why would anybody like that?
Not on the whole album. It's got to be a mix for that song.
6 songs deep.
That album was mixed like they thought out that mix on that album.
Yeah, thought
I don't
wrongly
know.
on it.
Who did that
I guess so.
I'm
I'll have to
6
listen
inches
to it
deep
again.
right now, and the drums are on the left channel.
What was weird though is
That's
when,
what the Beatles did that. Come
That's
on,
the
that was
Beatles, though, back in
tribute
the day. There's no reason for any band. This was 1998. This
No.
came out. No reason for a band to do that unless, hey, let's do something really different. Like, no.
Ugh.
Was that had Over the Falls on it, right? Listen to Over the Falls.
Yeah, I just
I
skipped
think
through
that
it.
was Over the Falls.
This is some nerd shit right here.
Dude, imagine listening
why?
like
Because it's not about Eddie's rig.
It's
Yeah,
time to go over the falls.
because less than 1,000 people know what he's talking about in the country.
It's a good point. Yeah, no, it's a good point. No, Primus
All right,
not
so I
exactly
guess we
mass
probably
appeal.
ought to move on. How do we get onto Primus anyway? I don't
dude,
know.
imagine having
Frank Zappa.
imagine
Oh,
being
yeah.
a drummer and
It's
like
a linear. That's kind of a linear progression.
imagine being a drummer and like, Herb is an amazing drummer and he had this great sound. And then you get the new guy in who obviously, Brain is a great drummer. We know that. And everybody knew of him before when he got into Primus.
I saw him,
Get him
man.
in the band, and the first album, hey, let's put your drums in one channel, dude. Just one side of the whole thing.
Right here.
Well, they did experiment and they did like almost, early recordings kind of style with like one. I don't know if they did it with one mic or whatever.
Good night,
But
Hugh.
Over the Falls, I think, was a fully acoustic song that they did with like an old, 20s drum set and an upright bass and an old Gibson, I think.
Uh-huh. I'm starting to realize you just have to talk over everybody just to say something.
Who, me?
No, just in general.
Well,
Just in general.
When it's tonight.
So,
What, were you trying to get a picture of mine so you could use the background?
Oh,
Huh?
no.
Oh, no. No, but what I was going to say...
I just wanted to point out. There's how my
There's your
brown
brown
album.
That's a gold album.
You know how weird it is? For some straight, it's like the heat.
It is gold. And I think it always was gold. I think it was the gold album.
Well,
No, it's called the brown album.
Yeah, there you go. There's
it's
brown.
it's
There's
the
the brown cover.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this had Over the Falls and Shake Hands with Beef. They actually worked on radio, which was really weird.
That's another one. Yeah. If you've
Pudding
seen
Time.
their video collection, they had a great DVD, early 2000s DVD that had every like Primus Easter egg, deep cut. You had like the Woodstock performances. You had a lot early radio station performances. I think it was Animals Should Not Act Like People was the name of the DVD/CD release that they did in the mid 2000s that had all kinds of like cool.
And then after that
performances.
After the Brown album, they started doing stuff like, Les started doing the Sausage Records and Frog Brigade and like so many of these other weird sort of side project things that
with Stuart Copeland. What was that one? And
That was Oysterhead.
Oysterhead.
I saw them. I saw Oysterhead, and
it's a Les Claypool.
Les
DVD,
Claypool was in that one with Trey from Fish.
Anastasio,
Anastasio, yeah.
And
they were great, man.
And now he's got this thing with Sean Lennon, which is pretty good.
That's that too, yeah. Lennon
Claypool, Delirium, or whatever they call it.
Whatever it's called.
But it's pretty good. They got 2 albums out and they're good.
Hilarious. It is good. Yeah, and look at some of the footage on some of the live stuff on online is great too. Mm-hmm. I've always liked like Les Claypool and Prime. I mean, the whole premise of this was that I didn't like them at first, and then I really became a fan. And Primus is one of the bands I've seen like more. I mean, I've probably seen them 3 times, but more than most bands that I've seen. I saw Van Halen 3 times.
More than 2 times.
Of course, it's famously known that Les auditioned for Cliff's position in Metallica and didn't get it for obvious reasons.
Because he wanted to jam on Isley Brother tunes.
Not the right.
That was
yeah,
the
not
quote.
the right guy.
Came
Not
in
the
there.
right guy for the gig.
You guys want to jam on some Isley Brother tunes? And then I wept. That was the quote from last. I didn't get the gig, and I wept.
Are those
By the
fireworks?
way,
Yeah, that was here.
Here in
I just heard,
Haverhill or here
I'm hearing
in
Dave in the
California?
background singing "Heartbreak Hotel" from I don't know which show it is. Is it
Nesdal?
Argentina? No, I think it's Argentina.
You were saying you have a good. I haven't found a from those South American shows. I haven't found a good bootleg that has good audio.
Who was the one that just got
It's the
that CD? Oh, that's Michael Smith.
Oh yeah, that one.
Those three
I mean,
soundboard.
Yeah, Transmission
It's like
Impossible.
back when they would
which was
put bootlegs on vinyl. You know, I mean, you can put it on anything. It's not going to sound good. You know.
you guys noticing Ace sniffing Lemmy's ass right there?
Oh, cool.
Oh,
He's
no.
like, "Hey, what's up?
That's inappropriate.
What's up? You think maybe you want to give up some of that? Want to give up some of that booty?"
Oh,
No.
puke. Where's the
They're
puke
roommates.
down here?
They're roommates.
Oh,
Hey, he's like, "Hey, you think maybe I can have a little of that?"
Wow.
No.
What kind of
Isn't he,
show is this?
Like, not eligible?
The funny thing
Or
about
one
it
of
is she's
them's
not
not
having it.
eligible,
She's
yeah.
just sitting there. She's totally unaware of it. I'm guessing they need
Must
to go
both
out
be.
at some point.
But we're
Yeah.
really kicking the shit up tonight, aren't we, boys?
Yeah, this was an awful show.
It's early too, though. It's
Let's
early.
call
It's
back
so
on.
early.
Oh no, it's we're an hour and a half into this thing and dead.
Hey, Jeannie, you want to get in here?
Jeannie, jump in.
Jump in. Tell your story.
She won't. Yeah, tell the story.
Why don't you call Jeannie?
Call
Jeannie to call.
Jeannie. Call Jeannie. So yeah, I called her there, right there from my shop.
So I called her right there from the
she
room.
just texted me and said, "No way."
No fucking way. She's
Thank you,
out.
Ben Tom. I'll show that.
I'll show that. Wake the fuck up.
Oh, it's 10:35 and
sure,
round
man.
2 of Assholes with Fireworks is now kicked
Hey,
off.
man. 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everyone who
Yeah,
is
happy
still
4th.
4th of July for.
Yeah,
Fuck the
happy
4th of
for it.
July.
Yeah.
4th used to be the best holiday. We used to go to the beach, and on the 3rd of July, we used to go to the beach and we'd watch fireworks and bonfires, and
Yeah, we used to do
it
everything.
was all. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Remember when we
I'm
could leave the
talking
house?
decades ago. I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking.
No, it was
decades
fun.
ago.
Definitely
This was
fun to be in your
Kind of what we did as a family.
your teens and your 20s, and the 4th of July
Yeah.
was the best holiday for sure. And Halloween. Halloween's my favorite.
What sucked about the 4th of July, though, is you realize the 4th of July was the zenith of summertime. And once 4th of July ended, you were like, shit, school starts in 6 weeks.
All down.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, when we went to school, it started in 2 months, but you know,
Yeah.
I mean, school now
It was
starts
like mid-September when we started.
Yeah, now it starts
Right.
in mid-August. That's
Yeah, it
great.
starts late July here, normally.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, late July here, some of them. But then they get out, but they also get out in like March.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
When the
'cause
sea-
it's-
Like,
it's-
isn't it winter down there?
When the seasons never change,
Arizona?
you can't tell.
Right, when
You
you live
know?
on Mars, when you live on Venus, actually, I always say Mars because that's what it looks like in Arizona, but what
Yeah.
it feels like Venus.
It's funny when Caleb made that long trek back to California, driving that slow ass U-Haul truck. He got to drive across those mountains where it's just like, and the sand, it literally looks like something out of Star Wars. You're like, oh my god, this stuff does
Tatooine.
exist in the United
Yeah.
The
States.
Jawas run in front of you.
Tatooine.
Yeah, it's yeah,
There's
Caleb
little,
Sand
travels
crawlers out in the
single
distance.
file to hide those
hey, babe,
numbers.
want to pull over Los Isley?
Gotta watch out for sand people.
Sand
It
people.
is. Caleb was here just as it was getting hot.
Yeah, it's gnarly there. It's
Just as it was getting hot, it was like
I have a good story about I think it was 2013 June 29th 2013. You can look up. Oh my god,
that was close.
Whoa.
No,
dude. I'm
Sound
like,
like somebody-
Place, Caleb?
that's the sound when you have dog shit on your bottom of your sneaker and you go outside and you clap them together. That was
Yeah.
somebody.
I might
That
borrow.
is.
I might borrow the Mossberg.
You can have it if you need it.
Yeah.
I stepped in it again.
Anyway, we were
Caleb,
out there. We were out
we're-
there for
falling apart
Oh,
there.
sorry. Oh,
John Bell, man.
Joe, his ceiling's falling in.
No, Caleb's falling apart.
oh, yeah. I'm
John Biel.
disappearing like Back to the Future.
Well, you're slouching down too, and I can tell you're just kind of like.
Oh, I'm kicking it tonight. I'm on the easy chair.
I thought you were in your bed before.
No, I'm in the easy chair with laying on the green screen. It's cool.
You're laying on John.
Oh, yeah.
In the meantime, I'm going to use the bathroom.
Oh, make sure you go to the other room for that.
So get a good clean shot of my background if you need it.
Okay.
Get a good clean shot, huh?
His background. So yeah, that date.
the chair completely out of the way. Look at that. Couldn't have got any better for you.
There you go. That date, June 29th, 2013, was like the hottest day ever in Phoenix. It was like 123 degrees. And we were there for the day. And I had to borrow my mother-in-law's Saturn and go to the market for some supplies. And when I get back to the car, she had a problem with her door locks on one side. And then when I get back to the car, both the door locks wouldn't open. And I had keys to the car, and it's 123 degrees out. And I had like some nice clothes on because it was like an event we were in town for. So I opened the trunk and opened the seats to get climb into the car through the trunk. And it was literally like giving birth to me in a Saturn. And I get inside the car and I'm like sweating and it's crazy. And I look up and there's a cop sitting right in his car across the parking, like right, the next line of cars, just looking at me like, the hell was that?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Exactly.
Whoa!
It's funny. It looks like you're trying to steal a car, but people are like, it's too hot to call the police. Fuck him.
Right, and he was. I mean, he
was.
Dies.
He dies.
Right, it's too hot for me to even find out what that guy's doing. So, but it was pretty funny because I had to be real creative, real fast, or I was going to die out there.
I'm gonna die.
It's not a joke. I mean, it's like if you're out on a motorcycle and you go someplace and you're far away from your house, you got to like bang back a bunch of waters and drive and ride home, and you don't realize that you're dehydrated. And about 3/4 of the way there, you start to get dizzy. Like shit, you got to pull off the road, bang back some more water. It's like dehydration is real. Like you think, I might be dehydrated. You're not dehydrated until you almost pass out.
Right.
That's how you know you really need it.
And the opposite would be like living in the tundra where your eyes start freezing to the lids,
right.
Or something.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate extremes of weather.
Oh, yeah.
Your body just says, no, you can't handle this. It's crazy.
Thank you, Joe Christian. Man.
Joe Christian offering up an MP5. That's always nice. Gun guys know what that is. It's a nice little gun.
Yep.
Son of a gun.
110 and 29 palms. That's right, Dan Halen.
Yeah, that's warm.
I drove through there.
I gotta get a refill here on my Woda. John Biel must be dropping a hot one.
Oh, thanks.
Gotta rewind. We gotta do the playback and see if steam is rising from his chair when he gets up. Same with Paul.
If you want Paul's room, there it is.
The chair's not right though.
Yeah, that's right. If it was 123 outside the car, by the way, it must have been 150 inside.
Oh yeah.
Before I got what was left of her air conditioning on in that car. So
you put your ball sack right up against it.
Oh God.
Zipper open.
Yeah. First things first. Wow, you look lighter, dude.
Big.
Welcome.
You look
Hey,
5 pounds
how's everyone
lighter.
doing tonight? I know, right?
Where's the washing hand sound effect?
Need a good gel here. Anyway, I'm back.
Man, are you going to show that picture behind you?
Oh yeah,
Do you want
that's
to
Is
see?
it-
Well, I
is-
sent it, Johnny. Can you highlight? Oh, you don't. You can't.
No, I
display
can.
anything, right?
I can. It's just, yeah.
I put them in the message. So can you find them in the message?
Yeah, I can hide
Our
them.
message thing. Yeah, I got some new. Actually, well, I can show you the real ones.
Is it in our? Wait.
It's in the Straturday night thing.
Wait. Let me see. This one. Oh, but that's like
Well, you can show a better quality than I can.
that
put
was
it on
days
camera.
ago, right?
Yeah. Well,
Let
you want
me.
to want me to repost them or?
I have them right.
Yeah.
Let's put them in the Discord. It's much easier for me to show them there.
All right. In the meantime,
leave a thumbs up.
look at the back of my head.
Why are we like this? Oh, we're on a different. There it is.
So I don't know. Should I put them in the Discord? I mean,
Everybody left.
I know they're kind of like exclusive photos. Should I put the high quality scans of them in there? Because I bought them off eBay. Is it morally, or what do you call it, like ethically correct?
You said morally, right?
Ethically correct to put somebody else's photos in the Discord.
Well,
I guess Discord's okay, but
yeah, because he's just selling prints. It's not.
I don't have a problem. Yeah, man. I haven't checked Discord in like 4 or 5 days, so there's tons of. I'll upload some Van Halen.
Happy birthday
photos. Let's see. Is that the one with Mike? Who's on there? Oh my goodness. Is that the last post? Is them and dressed up like, I don't know what the hell they dressed up like, Minutemen or something.
We're in the Discord. Everybody watching this, join us in the the Discord server.
All right. So let me see if
we have a great time over there.
So it's quieted down in my neighborhood, and Van Halen 3's Once is on my stereo. I should open up the windows and crank it up just to pay them back.
Definitely.
So they have to listen to friggin'
I'll post that one. I'll just post it.
Did you do it? Did you do it in the Van Halen photo section? Oh yeah, there it is. I see you. I got you, man.
Quick look. That one. This one's good.
There's one of them.
Yeah, if you want to look on eBay, this guy's selling high quality. I mean, I have the real photos here. High quality kind of prints of them. Oh. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing with them eventually, but
These are pretty good pictures, man.
this one, the one of Ed, is perfect, and there's a whole series of
That's cool. Let's dive her down.
Yep.
Ace, come here.
That's
I'll
awesome.
I'll leave those, and I showed the kind of whole arena ones that were pretty cool.
You got your Troy? Okay.
Yeah, this is a great one, dude.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Let's see what else. I may as well. I guess I'll post them. I like we showed them last week. The ones where it shows like the whole arena and this one here. Are you putting them on? You should. Can you show them? Share them with everyone? Or have you shared them? Or?
Screen? Yeah, I can screen share.
Did everybody else tap out?
I guess so.
I guess.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Double checking on the dogs. The dogs they're testing their freedom now to see if the neighborhood is in fact safe. I went outside. It smells like fucking butane, not propane, but butane, like cigarette. No, like the
sulfur. Isn't that the? Yeah.
No, not sulfur. Like literally, like cigarette lighter butane.
Oh yeah.
So somebody was either using a propane or a butane torch to light whatever the hell they were lighting.
Used to use cigarettes.
Used to use what we call punks, which is
punks. Cigarette. Well, yeah. I mean, That's what I was talking about back in Salisbury Beach in July 3rd. There'd be bonfires across the whole, like a mile stretch of the beach.
Oh my God.
And then there'd be fireworks all the whole time. What are you laughing at?
Nikki Settlemeyer posted. Oh, that's horrible.
I didn't see that one.
In the Discord underneath the "What are you eating" section. Oh my God. Oh.
I just closed it.
That is.
Reopen it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
You.
Nobody. You don't want to see that.
I'm gonna crack open a Sam Summer if anyone cares to join me.
I thought about it, but the only beers I have like 3 genuine drafts and a bunch of Modelo.
What's wrong with Modelo? It's good stuff.
Oh, it was free, so it was good. They gave us because they sponsor like a Zoom happy hour thing we do.
They're playing "Where Have All the Good Times Gone."
Oh wait, now before
In this picture?
how can we
Yep.
how can we tell that? Because okay, so
Well,
Ed always he always played the Frankenstrat for 90% of the set in
Oh, I
82.
can tell by the chord he's playing, and I know that they choreographed the both of them on the riser
Jumping
during
off,
that,
yeah,
during that song.
This is some nerd shit.
Yep,
definitely.
Some nerd Halen, man.
that's some Nerd Halen right there.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I got one more thing to share. I built this the other day. Johnny. Can you isolate me, Johnny?
Oh, what's that?
It's the backline cabinet.
Oh,
Well,
whoa,
it's
you built
just
that.
a rough version of the
Uh-oh.
backline. Yeah, it's backline.
Here we
cabinets.
go. You got to build the
I gotta
mini-
get how many more do I have to make? I've got to make
A lot.
a lot
at least
for the Diver
at
Down
least
tour.
4 or 5 more of these,
But,
and then I got to make the Michael Anthony ones too.
well, you got to mix them up a little for the 1984 tour.
Yes,
there's
that's right.
the 412s and there's the big.
Did they reuse the same cabinets? You think? I'm
Oh, yeah.
assuming they probably did. Yeah.
You know what they did? They just painted the ring around.
The red ring. See, I was starting to do the
The red ring was the red ring on the Diver Down tour.
Jesus.
You can barely
And
see the red, and it didn't
They
really work
painted them-
because
they
the
painted
pencil
them
out.
silver for the 1984 tour.
This is some nerd shit.
It is nice.
I'll redo the red ring. Don't worry about it. I need a 3D printer is what I need. I'd love to get 3D print all that stuff and have it done in a day.
Caleb, you want to hear?
Give me a whole backline.
You want to hear a
What's that?
great version of "Where Have All the Good Times Gone"? Listen to the Kinks version on this record.
Okay.
On the one for the road. This whole record is awesome. It's from the 1979 Kinks tour.
Is that recorded at the Santa Monica Civic?
Some of it's there. Some of it's Providence, Rhode Island, and I think some of it's in Syracuse too. But this is a great, it's a tough to find live Kinks album. It's been out of print for a long time.
Dude, Dave Davies, very underrated.
Yeah, they do. This whole record is it's a hard. I mean, this is that point of the Kinks in the late 70s, early 80s where they were going through that sort of hard rock punk phase of theirs. And some of their best music came out of there. Low budget.
What was their hit they had in the early 80s? Was that
Destroyer?
Yeah, they had a few hits in the early 80s. Yeah.
Which was basically All Day and All of the Night all over again.
Revisited.
Yeah, the Kinks were a lot like the Ramones and a lot like AC/DC and Motorhead. They visited a lot of the same stuff over and over. By the way, apologies. I have pool hair tonight. I don't have good hair. I have pool hair because I went in the pool before everything got
great.
ugly.
Oh.
It looks nice.
Looks nice, isn't it good?
Yeah.
Got that real. It's nice. It's all curly and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I jumped in the pool because it's 112 fucking degrees. Actually, I got in my truck to go to I had to go to the store on July 4th to get food. I ran out of food. So I go to the store, the supermarket. I get in my truck. I turn it on and I turn the air conditioning on and stuff. And on the dashboard, it says 128 degrees.
Yep.
Because my truck was sitting in the sun all day. So, it turns on the outside temperature, 128 degrees. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Then I got going and I realized I was only 109.
It's amazing.
Only 109.
It's amazing because the Phoenix area is the 5th largest metropolis in the United States of America.
Yep.
That is incredible.
Yep. Everybody always says that. They're like, it's so friggin' hot there. Not so hot that it's not the 5th largest metropolitan area in the United States.
all those people decided, yeah, this is fine.
Yep.
Yeah, this is cool.
That's because I'm not sure if you looked what happens to the west is another mountain range. So they get over the mountains, and they get down into what is essentially everybody calls Phoenix a valley. It's a basin. So it's surrounded on all sides by mountain ranges. So once you get across the superstitions and you find yourself on an area of flat land and you're like, oh, look, 100 miles to the west, there's more mountains. This will do fine.
Yeah.
And having been here.
Until the power goes out in the summer. Then you're going to have,
I had
8 million people die.
2 years ago, my air conditioning went out for like 9 days. And it sucked. I have a portable air conditioner in my garage. But I had to
gotta have a backup. Definitely.
Yeah. And I had all my guitars. I had to take all my guitars and put them in the bedroom with the air conditioner running and everything like that in the bedroom because couldn't leave them out. It's dry enough as it is here, dry and hot. Next thing you know, you got split wood and all kinds of shit. So all my guitars immediately went into the cases, into the bedroom, and I made sure while the air conditioning was running and the ceiling fan was running that I had a mister in there that I constantly kept the room humid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's like New England in the winter. You have to have a backup space heater in case. It was like 2 years ago. I think that the power was out for like 3 or 4 days, and you have to have a backup space heater or something, or electric blanket to say the least.
Yeah.
You got down south, you have to have the air conditioner as a backup.
It's
people
like
always say it's a dry heat. I go, yeah, all right, go out and turn your oven up to 150 degrees and stick your head in it and tell me how comfortable that is.
It's like Vegas. I've only gone to Vegas as like a vacation, or a few days here and there. And you're in Vegas. You're like, oh, this is the weather. You get to Phoenix and you tell yourself, wait, everyone lives here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I just
but
don't.
You get used to it. You realize you're only out in it for 30 seconds at a time.
Right. See, and that's another great reason to live somewhere. You're always inside.
Well, no. See, it's like this. We get 110 days of triple digits, and then the other 9 months of the year or 8 months of the year, it's awesome.
It's awesome, right?
It's awesome. The sky is clear. It only rains, less than 35 days a year here, so we don't get rain. We don't get smog until midsummer when it gets really shitty. We get a little bit of brown air, but for the most part, man, we're used to it. Yeah, brown air. You don't get that on the East Coast.
No.
By the way, while I was, working in my mother-in-law's house last week, cleaning it out, I had Paul's station on the whole time, and when he's not even on the air from, is it 6 to 10?
We're on from 5 to 10. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 to 10. They're constantly chiming in all day, doing bumpers and commercials and whatnot. And I'm just thinking to myself, I fucking know that guy. Like
Neanderthal. Is it all Neanderthal? Is that like his official? Is that your official?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nickname I got years ago, and I had a program director. My ex-wife mentioned it in something like I had done something and I tightened something, and she's like, with his Neanderthal strength, and he goes, "What did she just call you?" And I told him, he goes, "Why aren't you using that on the air?" I go, I don't know. He goes, "Tomorrow, first thing in the morning." I'm like, all right. So we started doing it.
Brand was born.
It's a good brand because, for all of the, and this might be shocking to some people who listen to the radio, Don St. John isn't his real name. Michael Rock or Sean Rock or whatever.
Paraquat Kelly.
Yeah, those aren't their real names. And a lot of times people steal it. You'll have a, Perry Stone or whatever the guy's name is or whatever in a different city. I've been fortunate enough in my career to be the only Neanderthal, which is nice. When you get I've done well enough to go on different radio stations, so who else would want to take that name to begin with? So there's a guy who tried to cop it in South Carolina. He does looping music and stuff. He's a big dude. He looks like Anton LaVey in overalls. He and I have an agreement because I have a trademark on it. So like with Caleb's Nerd Halen thing, you get something, you trademark it first. And then
so he pays you to use it?
no, we just have an agreement. He can't use it in any sort of an entertainment thing, as far as like going out and performing.
Oh, okay.
He's a musician. He's not a radio entertainer.
Oh, okay.
Michael Smith, how you doing? Jump on in, Michael.
Yeah, so stuff like that. You know how that goes. It's you can't use it as a trademark. And Caleb, correct me if I have the verbiage wrong, but it's cannot use the name in reference to or in such near reference to as to cause public confusion.
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
Like Gallagher.
mine's
Gallagher and his brother and his brother-in-law.
Yeah,
mine's mine covers entertainment and
Right.
music entertainment. So
yeah, mine is specific.
it can't be used for music entertainment by anybody else.
Yeah, mine can't be used in radio or television. That kind of performance.
So
All right.
If he wants to
There
do
you go.
music, stuff like that,
Look
he
at
can go
that.
do his thing. He plays churches and stuff. I'm not really worried about it. No, seriously, like it's not like
Who, that
I'm
guy?
worried about
Dave?
that guy there. Yeah,
That
that guy
guy there.
Churches. Yeah, Church of David Lee.
He turns everything into a
Simon J.
cathedral, man.
That's right. So I'll this week I'll work on making some 18 by 2s
He
cabinets.
says, Raymond, that sounds like shit.
I got my these are what? 4 by 6s, 4 by 6 cabinets. But
Huh?
they're actually 4 by 2 cabinets, but perfectly stacked. Yeah. Good stuff.
I love that you do that.
I
Seriously.
want to see a little Eddie like running up and kicking it over, like making it wobble.
That's what I need. Yeah, exactly. With him in midair kicking the cabinet. Yeah.
And I say this respectfully. There's a little dinner for schmucks thing going on there,
Oh, I know.
which is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I think it's awesome.
This is what I did last night during Johnny's show. Actually, I built this during Johnny J and Dave.
Why am I isolated?
Because
What's
Johnny
Johnny
walked
doing?
away
Yeah.
and just was.
I just
Oh, look, Jay's
gone.
back.
I vanished.
Jay's back, but he's muted.
Jay.
Doesn't want any part of us.
No, he's eating.
Hey. Oh, he's eating.
Did you guys all get your custom M&Ms made yesterday? I
No,
sent that link. So I discovered, well, not discovered, but you can go on the M&M site and get your custom M&Ms, so you can do your EVH.
Did you order some without brown ones?
I didn't order any yet, but you can only order 3 colors at a time, so you can't do like a 1980s package minus the brown, because I think there was 6 colors minus the brown to be, I don't know, whatever it was.
does anybody else have
There was
different-
no reds,
That's
and then you didn't want the brown, so.
Does anybody else have a different chime on their phone for the notification of the Facebook Messenger, like me? So when it goes off, it has. its
I
own
don't want
timer.
any chime. I don't want any
Yeah,
chime.
I have all this
because-
stuff.
I don't
All
want
this
it either now, John, because of you.
My fault. All you gotta do is just take off the chime.
John,
Caleb,
John
if you don't like
BL 4 or 5 times a day.
it. Just no. Come on.
My phone.
Couple times.
My
a
phone
day.
vibrates, so I just know.
A couple times a day. Don't forget Michael Smith, who's on the sidelines tonight. Michael Smith.
Here's what I'm
Jump
watching.
in if you want.
Here's what I'm watching right now.
Hey, what
I'm
the hell,
watching-
man? You know, I'm just giving you guys gold, man. That's all.
Yeah.
You are now.
I'm just giving you shit. But seriously, stop.
All you gotta do is shut off the chime.
Yeah,
I
you can
know.
also leave. You can also leave the chat too.
Oh, I can't leave. I love how we all, when we agree on something, we all put guitars.
It's the only option.
They need more guitar emojis, don't they?
Instead of eggplants.
Yeah. Like lose the eggplant and let's get like a Les Paul or, a black Strat.
It is Les Paul, isn't it?
No, there's only a red Strat.
It's a Stroud.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool. Well, we're into hour number 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good shot. That's my lock
Dragon.
screen.
So Crazy Cook has asked a couple times who's the seller. Just look up 1982 Van Halen photos.
Yeah, that's my lock screen.
I don't know exactly who the seller is, but just look up 1982 in eBay on eBay. Van Halen photos. There's a whole. I think he's got a whole series, and they're all numbered, like 1 through 50 or something.
These? Did anybody get these? The different kind of truth stickers?
Yeah,
I have
like
one
that one's from John. I got one from John BL.
The guy who runs the Van Halen store, he sent me a few of the free ones when I so he'll throw one of those in for an order, a few, not all the time, but sometimes he'll throw in a free sticker or something.
By the way, I was also thinking one of these times when we do one of our show, although we still haven't done the who gets the Deadpool, who gets their Frankie first for the anti-stat mats, but also I was thinking of the Eddie Van Halen 4x12 cab cover. Maybe auctioning this pig off.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm not going to put it on any of my cabs.
Oh, you mean the screen?
It's a screen.
Oh, cool.
You can see through it. You can see through. It's a 4x12.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool. Somebody wants
put on
that.
Your cab.
I don't have a 4x12, but
although it's reversed, the picture is reversed.
What?
Oh no, it's not. The guitar is back.
Sorry, the driver's seat.
Yeah, okay. It looked like the guitar was a lefty.
I love it. I love that picture.
Yeah, this is a cool thing, but I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, that's a good giveaway.
So that'd be
that's
a cool
awesome.
Thing.
That is really cool. I might have
Paul, you got to come up with some kind of a good giveaway for that.
No, give it to me.
Or just go to Caleb. Yeah.
Oh, there was a funny moment the other day in Johnny's group. Another one.
It's always funny.
The Van Halen 78 to 84 group, which has crazy people, but I'm just as crazy, and here's why. So someone puts up a picture of that famous shot of Eddie and Valerie backstage, and they're both holding, she's holding the 1984 and he's holding the 5150. And of course, like the comments start going crazy with, and it's just so sexist too, man. These guys they just tee off on her. Like she ruined the band or whatever. And, but some guy goes, because they're talking about how much they look alike and how weird that is. And one guy goes,
Ed and Valerie look
alike?
Is that
and one guy goes, look, she's even wearing his jacket from the Jump video. And it's not zebra striped. It's leopard print or the dots, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, and I just go right in and I go, no. They're like, nope, And I'm like, wait a minute, why do I do that?
Just no.
You're like, get out of here, troll.
Right. Like I just had to correct the guy. Like, who could think that? No, of course that's not the jacket from the Jump video. You stupid.
This is some nerd shit.
Yeah. Come on. Don't you know your Prince, bro? Come on.
Come on. And he finishes it off with the mic drop that is the sip from the drink.
Video Hist Volume 1. Let's go, man.
Yeah. That
was my first experience with Van Halen Jump video.
Painful, man. How about when there's a striped guitar and someone calls it a Frankenstein? Or you're like, no, there's only one Frankenstein.
God damn, I'm like, why is everybody talking over me and my microphone's off?
You were
I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna say shit anymore tonight.
So ignoring.
There was a post about did Eddie ever? Is there footage of Eddie breaking a string or something?
Yeah.
And one of the first comments was, yes, he broke a string on his Frankenstrat or his Frankenstein, and then I was like,
in Live Without a Net?
Yeah, Live Without a Net.
Yeah. Oh, here's
the first thing I saw was somebody put the clip up.
Yeah, here's the best idea. I'm sorry I come up with good ideas. Here's one.
I'm sorry.
Johnny, we have to have a show just devoted to the stupid things that happen on that page that week. So start taking notes of all the stupid stuff, and we'll just do a
Johnny
rundown.
just tapped out. He's like, "Fuck that." I don't
No,
know.
I'm here. I'm here. My camera's off, but I'm here.
Yeah. Is that a good idea?
Is what a good idea?
Oh, I think we
What
should
was
definitely review them and go over them on Straturday night. That'd be
Review
fun.
the posts.
No, I want to
Yeah.
make my own show, John.
Oh, okay. There you go.
No.
Well, you should have your own show.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What was that, Jay? What are you breaking?
Mike, oh no, he's messaging me.
Is the captain coming in? Are you still there, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, like let's just keep tabs on the page of all the crazy, stupid stuff and the highlights for like the week, and then we'll go over that and rag on some people. It'd be fun.
It is entertaining. You guys, especially when you kind of poke the bear a little bit. It's
I
entertaining.
think we should be allowed to use that content on the show, and we get to just highlight some of the crazy stuff that goes up on that page, because that page is like a trailer park meets I don't even know what it meets, but it's
We
trailer
gotta
park.
get some of those posters on the show. Some of those people who are posting in there.
Yeah,
Get them on here and let's go
What-
at it.
You know what we could actually do one night? We could actually go live in that group.
Ooh.
We could
Okay.
actually, and it'd be an exclusive video for that group. So anybody in that group, they would get notified that we're live,
oh, they would tear us
and
up.
they would see it. Yeah,
They would tear us up. It's like we're all here with
Well,
Sammy shirts on.
You're saying a lot of them don't realize that you have this these weekly shows, right? A lot of them don't realize that you have.
no, dude. There's so many people. Let me see. I'm in there right now. I'm looking. There's so many people. I get probably 100 requests a day in this thing. I mean, there's
I know. I get just even alerts every
good night, Michael.
several times a
Good
day.
night, Captain.
Oh, Captain. Did he return that Ibanez or no? I don't think we talked about that, did we?
Yeah, that's a topic for another show, but that's a great.
No.
No, we still have
Oh,
time.
well, is he
Without
come
him,
in?
so he's not in here.
I don't want to. We can't talk about it without him.
Yeah, we can.
All right. Well, hey, that's you guys.
Yeah. In the chat, has anybody ever gotten a guitar? Obviously, most of the guitars now are bought online. That you were just like, oh my God, I can't believe they sold this to me.
It went through the factory.
The way it
approved.
looks, yeah, the way it is, and the way it looks, and the way it came out, or and then you think, oh, that's why I got a deal, kind of thing. Does that happen to anybody?
No, not with me. But
All
oh
right.
yeah,
Come on. I thought it was gonna.
yeah. We did that unboxing and everything, and then right after.
Well, I mean, it's not the thing going to notice right off the bat. but,
Oh, yeah, you are.
I mean, well, I mean, on a first inspection, you will, but I mean, we didn't notice it on the when he opened it up on.
And you can see how
But it's
thin.
obvious.
You can see how thin that finish. It's like a sticker they put on the damn thing.
Yeah.
But
So they finished over a crack. Is that
Yes,
what they
that's
did?
what I'm saying. They put that thin ass veneer finish
Yeah, that's
over the crack.
And the crack goes all the way through the top, and then the binding too. That's just crazy.
And
Ugh.
if you look closely too,
it's
like
not even B stock. I mean, that's like you get buy a B stock guitar and
F
it's
stock.
you
See,
know
I don't
it's
even-
just got a couple of scratches.
I don't even know if it's crack. If you look closely and you have the picture, it looks like two different actual pieces of wood.
Yeah, that's a
Mhm.
full-on split.
I think it's two different pieces of wood because they're different colors. Like the one on the left of the picture is darker. The one on the right of the crack is lighter. I think it was actually they put
Somebody
two,
said, I'll
really
approve that. I'll approve that one. That's good. Looks fine.
Right?
Yeah, send that one out. Michael
that
Smith. Yeah, he's a good customer. Send it to him.
that should be a B stock, man.
B stock. That's like C or D stock. That
Yeah.
not even B. B stock is like a couple of nicks on it.
Yeah, you're right. Wait, what did he say? Did the captain say he's keeping it?
Well, did he get a few? I mean, he was hoping to get a few hundred off of them.
Yeah, maybe he got something back from him to keep his mouth shut. Like,
Well, when it all comes down to it, how does it sound? I mean, that's, you can get by if you get a few $100 off, and then it sounds okay, and you can deal with it.
Hold on a second. At that point, I wouldn't care.
no, I've been insulted as a customer.
Yeah, exactly. Like you come on. There's no way.
Yeah, exactly.
There's pride. There's purchasing pride involved.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you've insulted it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull the fast one. No one likes to be pulled a fast one on.
I mean, what if some parent or something bought it for the kid for a,
Michael's gonna hop in. I'm gonna go to the bathroom again.
Oh, he's pissed. Okay, good. We're getting the captain. He's pissed. Bring it on, Captain Smith, pulling the boat in.
We gotta get the tugboat sound effect when he comes in.
Docking. Put out the fire, chief.
Yeah, but you're right. Like, it's the same thing with me, with my experience with that shitty company. If that guy were to call me tomorrow and say, "Hey, Jay,"
By the way, stop right there. There's a few companies you've had problems with. So, like, the first thing when Michael put that in our thread, our chat thread that we have, he put that picture up. I go, "No way, you got Jade."
Funny. We were talking about the my friend bought one of those Jason Becker Kiesels, and he I had told him, I said, look, other than the fact that Jason gets some of the money out of this, I would never recommend that you do business with this guitar company. He was my guitar player in our band years ago. Super guitar nerd, loves Jason, all that stuff. So I ended up buying that guitar. And he goes, well, hopefully this thing, because it's a production guitar, it's going to be, I won't have any issues with it and stuff like that. But then one of his buddies immediately reached out to him and apparently got screwed in some of his businesses with the folks over there. And now he's like regretting buying the guitar, even though Jason gets the money from it. He almost wants to cancel the deal just because he's just like everyone else that has dealt with that company.
Yeah.
He's had a tough time.
And for anybody wondering what happened to Jay, just go back a year on this show, and it was pretty much the main topic for weeks.
Yeah. And rightly so. And rightly so, by the way. It's not like this is some Yelp asshole going on there and just grouching because they weren't satisfied with something like that.
And what we've come to find out is that there's dozens of Jays with that company.
Yeah, when the exception becomes the rule, business, bands and companies go out of business. I was just going to use the Kevin Dubrow example from years ago. Kevin Dubrow was one of those guys that shit on everybody on the way up, and then his 15 minutes ran out at about 14:45. And we'll see if Kiesel. You ask yourself, well, why isn't it Carvin anymore? Well, it'll be something else pretty soon too. When the Kiesel name is beat up.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have a lot of good players. They have a lot of good players. They just give these guys so many guitars. I guess it keeps their mouth shut because they're getting so much gear.
Yeah, how do you say no when they're just sending the guitars all the time?
Right?
I'm sure the guitars they get are phenomenal.
Yeah.
But at some point the truth comes out. You can only hide that stuff for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's face it, the Kramer situation, Kramer guitars were great, and they kept slapping those Neptune neck plates on the back of those guitars, and eventually people figured out, oh, they're not from Neptune. Fuck it, I don't want to buy these anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not cool to do something like that.
No, that's straight up.
They did it.
Ripping.
Yeah,
they did it.
KXM Rock asked the question, what pedals does Nerd Halen use? You can find out exactly what I use, from guitars to pedals to amps. Look at the Nerd Halen. What we
Did
lost?
You just dump John Biel?
No.
What the hell? What happened?
Trying to get Mike.
What the hell happened there?
I don't know
Come
what
on.
just happened.
Johnny.
No,
That was not right.
You froze. There was two of you.
Yeah, I know. I had to resign.
There was a frozen John Biel. And then I look down here. I see another John Biel waving at me.
As soon as I come back on,
There was two
as
of
soon as
them.
I go to the bathroom and come back on, it's like
Hey, I'm
whatever
plugging
the
my
hell
channel.
happens.
What are you guys doing? I'm plugging my channel.
Let's listen to Halen.
Go to the Nerd
Yeah,
Halen
so
YouTube page, and I have a rig rundown thing that I do on my whole setup, and you can find out exactly what I use. Thanks.
I actually
the
watched
screen
it
name.
the other day. That was a good rig rundown.
Thank you.
Good.
I like the screen name KXM Rock. I wish the band were better. That's that project that Doug
Lynch
Pinnick,
Pinnick.
Doug Pinnick and George Lynch and what's his name? Ray
Lee.
Luzier.
Yeah,
Ray's a phenomenal drummer.
he's a beast.
Yeah, he's an amazing drummer, and you would think those three parts would make up a great project, and the songs just aren't there. They're just not as good. It's kind of like Red Dragon Cartel. You kind of hoped it would be great, and it's not.
I think there's a bit of a shark jumping going on with one of those members. So,
Yeah, maybe.
but
Caleb,
Maybe
what's
spread
with your
themselves a
backdrop
little
there? Is
too
it
thin.
falling down?
He's got a little case of Mike Portnoy disease.
yeah, but
Okay,
if you want to
backdrop
hear
is
a
falling.
great record, yeah, I know my it's all coming down.
Caleb's give a shit is gone.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Hi. Yeah, that's
We have standards here. With
I am.
Night.
They're melting. No, I was saying Ray Luzier, Army of Anyone.
Fantastic album.
Get that album. Go to iTunes. Get that record. It's it's basically Stone Temple Pilots
With Richard Patrick.
the brothers with the filter singer, and Ray Luzier's the drummer. And there's not a bad song on that record. And you'll listen to that over and over again for like 3 months, which is it's a great. It came
I
out
always
like
liked Filter, the whatever their
2007
breakout album
or
was.
something. I
That
forget
was
when.
a great album.
But yeah, good stuff. Army of Anyone. Check it out. And I'm gonna fix my backup. Oh, there it is.
Great band.
Filter was one of those CDs I had in my car for a good 6 months. Anyway, you know.
The song on the single was called Goodbye. There should be a video of it.
Yeah.
I can find. But this was a great record. One of those ones that came and went real quick. And you go back and listen to it after the fact and go, Jesus, this should have been a bigger record. And I think it was because Stone Temple Pilots got back together too quickly. You know, they Stone Temple Pilots got offered a ton of money to do a reunion tour to play all these radio station festivals, and that basically torpedoed this record. But this was a great record, and Ray crushes on this. He's a great drummer.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, Johnny.
I'm
Hey.
listening to the Army of Anyone album. It actually sounds pretty cool. I'll definitely check this out.
Yeah, you'll like it.
Sounds
good.
good too, sonically.
Check
Yeah.
out. You want to? Okay, the best drum song is Father Figure. Listen to that song.
Song
For
9.
drums. I know your drums. You're a drum guy. Check that shit out.
It's a great record. And you know, Ray obviously on the DLR band record with John Lowry, which you know, unfortunately, most people have not heard that record. That has some fantastic songs on it. You know, Weekend with the Babysitter is great. Black Sand is great.
Was that the one with Betty Page on the front?
Yes.
Yeah,
With-
I had that.
with-
I had that one.
Yeah, Mike Hartman is one of the other guitar players on it.
Right.
It's
Right.
Mike Hartman and John Lowry are the two guitar players on it. And it's really good.
Mike Lowry.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, the DeLeo brothers are geniuses. So I think
Yeah, that's it.
they can play with anybody, and it's going to be good. So
That's a band that, you know, Stone Temple Pilots unfortunately got lumped in with grunge bands. And they were more Zeppelin than they were Pearl Jam live.
Yep.
Like if you see those guys live, like I think one of the things that got lost in Stone Temple Pilots was the fact that the DeLeo brothers really lock in a way like the Van Halens and like the Abbotts and stuff that they have an thing chemistry that is
Yep.
great. Robert the bass player, is ridiculously good. Like really good.
He's probably one of the most musical bass players there are. He's doing runs and stuff in his stuff that no one does.
Bass line and plush. It's like its own song. It's beautiful.
Yeah, he's a lot like Entwistle and John Paul Jones in his in the melody in his playing.
Yeah, the melodicness. Yeah.
Yeah. He adds another level to it. That's why Stone Temple Pilots never needed a second guitar player. Because he filled it nicely.
No, he does a lot of walking, and there's not a lot of walking in rock music. But
he's smooth though.
Yeah, he's walking all over the place. It's really good. But it's funny that I have like the deluxe set of the greatest hits from Stone Temple. And I'll tell you what really bothers me about them, and what bothers me a lot about Weiland was he's one of those guys that introduce every song. Like this one's called Plush.
Live.
Yeah, like this one, this song's called. You don't have to do that. I think Dave always made that point. Like, you'll never catch us saying like, this one's off our third record. Like, just play the fucking song. Everybody that's there should know the song.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Unplugged DVD?
Well, yeah, that one. But I've heard in every live thing he always introduces the song, and it's annoying to me.
I never did like the acoustic Unplugged. There was one hit that came out from it, and it's just plush. It's plush, and it was a good version of the song, but it wasn't my favorite version of the song. And it was a huge, I don't know if it was MTV that first did it or it was Unplugged or whatever it was, but
they did it in studio.
It was very raw. It was very raw, and it was a good version of it, but it wasn't certainly not my favorite version of the song.
I mean, it doesn't get better than Interstate Love Song.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of
that bass line is all over the place.
That's just one of the best songs ever written in the last 30 years. It's just such a good song, even though it lifts a little from what's the Zeppelin song it lifts from? The riff. Oh my God. What's that song that it lifts it's a famous little lifting that he does, but I'll get it.
Something from Houses of the Holy.
Houses of the Holy.
Or three.
It's a deep cut.
Well, that was it.
I'm
that
sure
goes back
I
to what I
know.
was saying earlier.
I can't think of the song right now.
I can't either.
Yeah, I can't either. But I'm gonna.
I can think of the intro of it.
Someone talk.
Well, speaking of
the Rovers.
It's not the
Rover.
You ask the chat. The chat always knows.
Speaking of introducing songs, if anybody has the Down record, NOLA, there's a song called "Losing All," and Phil Anselmo on a studio record. This is one called "Losing All." It's like, dude, it's on an album.
Well, that's part of the song then. Was it their song that they were premiering or on that album, or was it just like he was introing it as a?
It's a hi-hat and him saying it, so I could probably play it on here.
Well,
right?
it becomes part of the song then. That's what I would think if it was.
I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, that's weird.
Yeah,
obviously.
Quentin James is mentioning Dancing Days. That's actually
there's a lot of ones coming up. What is in what should never be, Dancing Days.
Well, that's the
I can't think of Interstate Love song right now. So,
but that goes back to what I was saying earlier about the DeLeos being very Zeppelin-esque live. They get locked into a very similar groove, and even is it Eric Kretz is their drummer? Even he locks in really well too. The sad part was that Talk Show record didn't do well, but it should have, because it's basically everybody from Stone Temple Pilots with a different singer. They had to do that a couple of different times, man.
What
I'm sorry.
I tried listening to that Talk Show album. I was like, oh my God, save my ears.
Right. It's exactly the same thing I was saying about with KXM. It should have worked. Three guys from Stone Temple Pilots. The music should have been good, and you plug a decent singer in front of it, and it just didn't work. It was.
Oh, what was their last
create
album?
Chemistry. It either exists or it doesn't.
What was the last album with Weiland?
Number 4.
Was it Purple or
Purple was the
number
second
4?
Purple was their second album. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't like Purple as much. I mean, Core. I mean, was it Core was the first one or Core? I loved was a great album, but then I bought Purple and it didn't do it for me.
I like
Shangri-La-Di-Da. This was the last one. Shangri-La-Di-Da.
I mean, they were definitely heavier on Core. You know, that's like a
better songwriter.
I got it.
Songwriting, better production.
It's the breakdown of For Your Life.
Oh yeah.
For Your Life.
Yes,
I don't want to get flagged.
That was from they did that live on the 2007 show, the Ahmet show.
Yeah, Johnny, I can't.
That's
play that,
absolutely right.
Johnny, I can't play that, right?
Who do you wanna?
Nah.
Yep.
Great version. Not the same notes, but it's definitely it's in the neighborhood.
There you go. This is my falsetto.
Yeah, just 4 simple notes. Yeah, same thing.
Mhm.
Just imagine it as a just double stop.
Yeah, go listen to For Your Life at the 3:55 mark.
Yep.
There you go. I think I posted that on our message board a week ago or so. So
We have a message board?
Or the whatever, Facebook Messenger. Straturday Night Messenger. So that's like, an actual, like, we're talking about it. It's relevant. It's all
The first 4 records are incredible.
First 4 posts you put out are great, but then after that it's all boring.
Stone Temple. The first 4 Stone Temple.
No, they unfortunately got dumped into that grunge thing and were not. They were considered a bad Pearl Jam clone, and they were never anything like that, other than the fact that they had a baritone singer.
Very unique. I like.
They broke out of that with by their second record. It was the first record that you heard, because even Scott's voice changed. Like he had a little of that staff thing going.
That Tiny Music record was all over the place, and I think that the 90s were not a time for experimentation for some of these bands. They got into what they did, and when they went outside that scope of what people were used to, I mean, Tiny Music, the songs from the Vatican Gift Shop record, there was a lot of Beatles influence in that.
Well, it's like the Pearl Jam
people were ready for that.
Too.
Yeah,
Pearl Jam with their second album, it was like, it was a great album, but nobody hooked onto it.
The biggest hit off that record was written by the drummer. I love that.
Great band.
Tripping on a Hole is written by Gretz.
And there's another one that has a sick bass line that's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not many notes, but the groove of it is
such
fantastic.
We, in the van for Tonic, when we were in the van for 7 months straight, that was the number 1 record we listened to, 96. That's all. Like everyone we just kept putting that back and forth.
They made a very good EP with Chester Bennington. I was shocked at how good it was, because obviously, as I said earlier, you can't create chemistry. But they made a pretty good record with Chester Bennington, not unlike what Alice in Chains was able to do with William Duvall. I mean, obviously, when you got a guy has died, there's really no way to recreate the exact vibe. But what Alice has done with William Duvall has been really, really successful. And I thought if Chester had lived, talk about guys that can't get a break. The DeLeos can't get a break. I mean,
they got a guy now. They got a guy now who's a ghost.
But Gut?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, Gut's pretty good. Yeah.
Like he's a dead ringer. Sorry.
Yeah.
But you squint and it's Scott.
Well, I mean, that's and it's only fitting that would happen now, because you've had a generation since those bands were the major influence for everybody else. So it makes sense that you would see guys that are influenced by, the 4 or 5 grunge bands. I try not to put Stone Temple Pilots in that group, but they are in that group. The big 4 of grunge is really 5.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, they were just the SoCal version, Orange County. The rest were
Not
from up
Seattle.
north.
Yeah.
But like, let's face it. I mean, when Sex Type thing came out, it's kind of a blatant goof ripoff of War Machine from Kiss, and secondly, it sounds more like Alice in Chains than Pearl Jam. Then you get into things like Creep, and you go, because Plush sounds like a Zeppelin song, until you hear the vocals kick in, and then Creep is clearly very Pearl Jam oriented. So one of the things that Stone Temple Pilots didn't have was its own identity until the second or third record, and then by then there was only room for two. And it was, Pearl Jam and Soundgarden.
It's funny. There's
Ned came in.
There's a rehearsal studio in LA called Cole Avenue Studios, and when Tonic was doing pre-production for their first record, Stone Temple Pilots were in the next room.
Ace.
They were rehearsing there, and if you listen to a song on Lemon Parade called Casual Affair,
which got played for a while.
Yeah, the guys in Tonic are convinced that Stone Temple wrote Vaseline based on that riff they were hearing through the wall.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes lawsuit there somewhere.
Well, sometimes first through the gate and branding wins.
Absolutely. No, I mean, they got beat, but they have a point. And if you listen to both those songs, you can definitely, it's not a wildly, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's not really, a signature riff, but the timing of it.
It's not a hard riff to come up with.
I can hear you. I'm just getting checking on the dogs.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
See ya.
But yeah, if you want to make a side by side, check out
Ned
Vaseline next to Casual Affair from Tonic.
Speaking of Casual Affair, my God, look at that.
Ned Halen.
He is so casual.
Ned Halen.
Ned Halen. There he is.
Ned Halen.
I only have to check on the dogs because they haven't been out because of the fireworks. And I don't know if you've ever seen when a German Shepherd shits.
Oh,
but it's the size of my fist 2 or 3 times. So I would rather not have that happen in my bedroom. Thank you.
Made a fist and he ran away. So I don't know what's going on in that house, but
come here, buddy.
And it's 114.
He's going back to sit up on the bed and lick the pillow.
Oh yeah.
Well, then he does.
With the ass he just took the shit from.
Maybe, yeah. In fact, no, that pillow's in a closet. Good. I hide it now. When we do the show, he's become so obnoxious with like taking shit off the bed, and he gets into the bathroom and he'll pull a towel off the towel rack and he just fucking rearranges the bedroom. I've sent you guys pictures. He rearranges shit all the time, and so now I'm all like I've got PTSD. I have to every 50. That's like a parent that has a kid that's been too quiet for too long, and you go, "What are you doing?"
Do you tell Ace stories on your radio show?
Oh yeah, Ace. I told you, Ace has his own Instagram.
Oh,
we make a bit out of him. Now Mark just got a dog, so now we're talking about Mark's dog a lot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like how dog people are. Dog people are, first of all, they have pictures of their dogs all over their phone, and they talk about their dogs like they're actual kids, and they're obnoxious toward people who don't have dogs. Well, you don't have a dog, you don't know.
Ace is
assholes.
Famous German Shepherds in the Phoenix metro area.
He's well known. We have some good pictures of him. I'll put them up at some point. Pictures of him like by the USS Arizona Memorial and stuff. We've taken him around everywhere, and it's like, where's Waldo
in Hawaii
with the dog?
I'm laughing because there's a comment that no one's acted on, and it's just because it says CC DeVille was fucking awesome.
No, we gotta highlight that. There's no reason not to highlight that.
Nobody even wants to touch it.
I'll highlight that.
Where is that?
Not my favorite, but it deserves to be
in the YouTube.
Deserves to be seen.
No, that's a direct shot at Mancuda.
That's a Mancuda. Yeah, that's definitely
it's a direct shot at Mancuda.
Where is it?
I just approved it.
It was hidden?
It was waiting for approval because
why?
Because fucking is spelled FCKN, and that's enough to to tip off YouTube amazingly.
Oh yeah, because I'm not looking at the YouTube chat. I'm looking at the StreamYard chat. So yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I gassed somebody earlier who came in and immediately tried to kick Caleb in the balls. He was in and out of the chat in like 9 seconds.
I can see AJ. AJ, I see you, man.
I got some fans out there.
Go over to YouTube.
Why? He's watching on Facebook.
But nobody else is.
He's the one person watching on Facebook right now, and I'm not kidding.
See,
There's one viewer.
See, for me, Poison came right out of the gate insulting me. Insulting
How
every.
so?
She's Tight, one of my favorite songs ever. So when I hear Talk Dirty,
Who wrote that?
same
Cheap
frickin'
Trick.
riff.
Cheap Trick.
She's Tight is such a great song. And
Well, it's something else from Eddie Cochran.
okay, well, I'm not, let's not date me. It's all about where I come in. So
Bothered Caleb, all right?
I'm kidding, but
Let's
seriously,
hear it.
that She's Tight is a great song, and it was a great.
It is a great song.
It was a great video too. Growing up, it was one of those original songs with the real hot chick and like.
Oh, you want to talk about an underrated band? Cheap Trick is a super underrated
Oh
band.
my god! And the songwriting is incredible, and Xander's voice is one of the.
Well,
top.
wait, you said with the hot chick, did they have a music video for it, or
Yeah,
was it just
and
okay.
it's like close-ups on lips, and like it's a great video.
I know the song, but I can't.
Great
think
video
of
when you're 12. Trust
I'll
me.
have to look at it. Yeah.
When you're 12,
Tight.
experimenting.
Tight.
But yeah, so I heard the riff from Talk Dirty to Me, and I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
Stole that."
Are you kidding me?" And then yeah, screw you, dude. Here he's back.
Was he back?
Waiting for me.
Oh man, should we show it? No, I'm not going to touch it.
I love you. Great screen name too, bud.
Original, yeah.
But yeah, if you're gonna play like CC DeVille, I don't think the singer in the band should say, "Pick up that guitar and talk to me." No, I just don't think so. That's my own opinion. Is anybody else not a big fan of CC DeVille?
I think he did. I think he did what he
did
did
it for me.
very well. I'm not a huge fan, but I think he did what he did very well. Here you
I
go,
was
Caleb.
listening
little music
to Bon-
education for you there.
I was listening to Bon Jovi today, thinking about that. Like, why don't I like Bon Jovi? I mean, they're not a bad band, but there was something. I mean, and I think it's the same thing with Poison. It's like, I don't know if it was when they came out on MTV or why don't I like Poison? Why don't I like Bon Jovi? They're great rock bands, but they never did it for me.
Sambora played like with his guitar tuned to the track. Like it always felt like CC was tuned.
John Bon Jovi, yeah,
wasn't tuned right to the track for his solo overdub. That's my opinion. Just
Well, yeah, no, they certainly, and a lot of times they punched him in like the levels, like the production on those Poison records.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I don't know. They must have had a good producer. I mean, they were huge hits. I mean, both. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean they had a good producer, but I haven't listened to those albums in years. But
AJ Ward,
what was it that
question.
appealed to everyone?
Yeah, it just bugged me because it was like, the 17th stage of what Van Halen delivered on Fair Warning, and it was just like, dude, as far as the visual, that's what Poison was like for me. It was just like, oh my God,
Well, keep in mind there were at the time that Poison had their moment, there was nobody doing fun rock. Nobody was fun. I mean, Rat were trying to be tough. Motley Crue were trying to be tough.
Right.
When did they break out? 87, 86?
87.
Yeah, Bon Jovi was trying to be Springsteen. So it was nobody was doing the fun rock thing, so Poison had an opportunity to jump through a hoop, and they did.
Strip was going crazy at that point. Like there were
that was Mancuta's heyday, right?
50 of those bands playing regularly at, Whiskey and Gazzari's and the Roxy. They were just all over that place, and they all looked the same. I mean, there were shortages on Aquanet, citywide. And
citywide shortage of
girls couldn't find any clothes. I mean,
you were right in the middle of it, weren't you? You lived in LA at that time.
I
right?
was. I had friends in some of those bands. So I was seeing.
You were in your bedroom playing guitar, right?
I was in my bedroom. Yes, a lot. Yes, but I would get out once in a while. I saw LA Guns play like in '86. And that was, right. Do you know the history, Paul? Like,
Yeah.
Axl was in that band, right? They were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Tracy was.
What's
briefly.
Tracy was in
the correlation? Because I know they. Yeah.
Guns N' Roses was Tracy and Axl. It was LA Guns and Hollywood Rose.
Right.
And they got together and became Guns N' Roses. That's the whole name. That's where the name came from.
That's what I had heard. Yeah.
And then eventually kicked Tracy out, and he did his own thing. And I remember meeting those guys on their first tour when they came through the channel, and the record guy was like, literally, don't mention Guns N' Roses, or you'll be like tossed from this show. Like they'll be like violence. So it was like, hi, you're not named after Guns N' Roses, are you? Because
Right.
I mean, even the logo was almost the same too. I mean, they had the guns
And
pointing at each other.
The vibe
It was rough.
And Tracy used to wear a top hat.
Wow.
And that's Slash came and took the top hat.
Who took it from
And
who?
then DJ
Really?
Ashba took it from Slash.
Yeah. Slash took it from Tracy. Tracy had a top hat.
If in some of the LA Guns videos, early videos, you'll see Tracy in a top hat.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So there you go.
Were they on MTV before Guns?
No.
No, their record came out a year after.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, look, Guns N' Roses were one of the first examples of quick, get our version. There was Guns N' Roses, and then LA Guns and Faster Pussycat and all of the other sort of, it was a sleaze thing. I call it Creed of the Week, which is when one band, if one is good, then 50 are better.
Right.
At least
It's true, but
at least
Axl was a standout as far as frontmen. Definitely he deserved to take over the world, and they did. Like he was.
to be fair,
Yeah.
Phil Lewis is a great frontman too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
he put out 3 records with a band called Girl with Phil Collin
Mm-hmm.
from Def Leppard, and
Right.
they were a pretty good band.
But I remember seeing LA Guns 86-ish, and it was very entertaining. Like they were very tight, very good band. And I remember it was one of my first times at the Whiskey, maybe the first time I was ever at the Whiskey, and I saw that show, and it was impressive. So there were a lot of very good bands at that time. It would.
Well, yeah, 86 that would have been right in the.
Drew and Van Halen, they started something on the Sunset Strip that lasted long after they left, and went on to conquer the world. There were all these other bands.
Michael.
What's interesting is you had that.
We all just got that message, huh?
I didn't get
The only one that's not here.
I sent you before.
Oh, that's from Michael. That's from Michael. I got it.
Did you guys see this one?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Yeah.
Who are we looking at?
I don't even know what that is.
The first wave of that, though, Caleb, was interesting because you got obviously, Quiet Riot, Van Halen, and then to a lesser degree, Motley Crue and some of those other things. But there was a difference between Motley Crue and Rat and Dokken. They all had there was a difference in them. When Guns N' Roses happened, everybody became Hanoi Rocks. Like Guns N' Roses clearly took from Hanoi Rocks, but everybody suddenly became Guns N' Roses Jr. It was like it was just stamp out
Wasn't
your
it like
version
the
of
school of Zeppelin or the school of basically?
Yeah, it was similar to that, but there
kind
was that period in the early '80s where Dokken didn't sound like Rat, and Rat didn't sound like Motley Crue, and Motley Crue didn't sound like
heavy Kiss.
kind of yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah, Kiss. I mean, Kiss / Zeppelin too. I mean, they had Guns N' Roses had a huge kind of Zeppelin.
Guns N' Roses,
not
is
necessarily,
Aerosmith.
not necessarily Axl Rose, but I would say the rhythm. I guess maybe I'm thinking of just
Stones.
Les Paul kind of.
Yeah.
Because then you look at like Steven Adler, and he's no Bonham, and not necessarily the same rhythm section as
you know what though?
Duff was no John Paul Jones.
But that record is that record, and whether Steven's playing on it or not, I think he is. Because I learned a long time ago that whoever's in the band who's not like the signature player, like meaning like a drummer or a bass player, a lot of times they got tracked for, and nobody knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's a practice that started in the 60s. Yeah, it's something that started in the 60s
that went on
a lot of the bigger bands.
The 80s, a lot of.
How many records did Jimmy Page play on?
Right. Well, and Billy Sheehan can tell you that he's played on a bunch of records where he's not even credited, but it's him, and you think it's someone else. So
they gave him an extra grand to keep his mouth shut.
Exactly. So it happened.
Well, that's the contract. The contract is there's a non-disclosure.
Yep.
You're paid X amount of dollars, and then there's a fine if there's
a lot of those stories. Yeah, that we haven't heard. I'm sure there's a lot. Sure.
Yeah, ghost playing, ghost writers. There's ghost writers. There's there's all kinds of stuff.
A lot of.
Somebody asked the question: was Izzy on Appetite? Absolutely. In fact, Izzy is the reason why Guns N' Roses had a swing that nobody else had. Yep. People like to give Slash all the credit. Slash is
Izzy
phenomenal.
Was the number 2. Izzy was number 2 for the longest time.
But he's the songwriter.
Yeah,
Izzy's the guy that writes the melodic songs.
Wrote those riffs. He wrote a lot of those riffs.
Yeah. It was excellent.
Yeah, Slash was the soloist, but Izzy wrote a lot of those.
It's a lot like Brad Whitford and Joe Perry. Brad Whitford is the better guitar player of the two.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right, and if you listen to
always liked Brad Whitford. Yeah, he was.
You listen to those two songs on Use Your Illusion. That Izzy sings. They're great songs. Dust and Bones, 14 Years. Those are. He could have his own band.
Yep. He did. I mean, the Juju Hounds record is the best Keith Richards record that Keith Richards never released.
Right.
It's a great record.
The quote was, "Where's Izzy? Where's Izzy?" What did he do after he left? I mean, he did
put a Juju Hounds record out.
He's hanging out with Vito Bratta, right?
Sitting with
He's getting fat residual checks.
Yeah, just getting paid, definitely.
Guys,
fat residual checks.
I'm tired, man.
All right, bud.
Oh, Jay, we keeping you up, man. Sorry,
we probably got 10 minutes left here anyway. So.
Yeah, but I got to go now. I'm looking at my eyes, man. I'm shot.
We bored you.
I'm shot. I tried taking a nap tonight.
Thanks for hanging with us, Jay.
I tried taking a nap tonight, and about 5 minutes after I fell asleep, Joey, our little dog, started barking. And I was like, "Oh."
You had the firework issue too?
Yeah, but my dogs don't really have that big of a problem with them. If there's a loud one that goes off, Joey will bark, but it's not like they're like shaking and like up our butts or anything. They're pretty.
Jay, we've never met your dogs. I'd like to see your dogs someday. We've never met them.
No, when I first came on, maybe 3
years ago.
Brought Joey up here one time.
Yeah, we saw
Joey.
Yeah,
Joey, she thinks she pays the mortgage up in this MFer.
Joey's a girl. Okay.
Yeah. That's a concrete blonde.
We're learning something here. There we go.
Jeannie likes naming
like girls named Joey. That's a good name for a girl.
She likes
girl Lauren Adams.
Guy names.
There you go.
There you go.
If we had a girl, it would have been Stevie.
There you go. See?
So
interesting. You guys, we were joking on the air about dog names. There are people who name their dogs like Tristan and Samantha. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Simone.
Stop it. Call your dog Buddy.
Hillary.
You know what I mean? Like Tristan. Your dog's name is Tristan?
Mike.
Well, Caleb,
I'm sorry your wife is barren, but don't name your dog Tristan.
to go back to
Zachary,
Jesus,
dog.
Stevie, if Killian was a girl,
Yeah.
she would have been Alex or Alexandra or Alexandria, something like that. So we would have had Ellie and Alex.
Alex.
Yep.
Awesome.
What'd you call Sammy?
Alex
Sammy was
Alex Van Hannon.
Sammy was a front runner for a little while with Killian. But Jeannie was like, "Look, Jason, I get it. I get what you're trying to do, but we can't do like Sammy Wolfgang Hannon. That's just too much." So she's like, how about Wolfgang for the middle name? And then she said she really liked the name Killian, and I'm like, Killian Wolfgang. Yeah, it's got a.
It is a cool name.
You know,
plus when he grows up to be a serial killer, he can be Kill Wolf Hannon.
There you go.
Killian Hannon.
Well, he's gonna have a nickname.
There can be only one.
Probably gonna be Kill or Killy. I don't know. Maybe Killy.
Yeah,
if you're lucky.
Jeannie's father's calling him Killy already. I'm like,
Yeah. If he plays sport, he's killer, and that's it. So
Killian Hannon.
Killer.
he's
Killer.
It does have a beautiful Irish ring to it. Killian Hannon.
yeah.
Definitely call him Killian. Killian Wolfgang Hannon. The little fucker's gonna grow up to be quite the son of a bitch.
Well, our friend Cameron Brown already offered free guitar lessons for him when he starts playing guitar.
right.
Well, Dad's not gonna teach him.
I'll teach him how to play some Metallica riffs.
Well, yeah, I guess he'd rather have Cameron.
Take Cameron. Yeah.
Oh,
We'd all rather have Cameron, I guess.
Take
So.
Cameron.
shouldn't his father teach him?
Well, of course I'm going to
Of
teach
course,
him.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man.
You're not hearing me.
Of course
Oh.
I'm going to teach him.
Oh, yeah, Cameron's the father.
There you go.
Good stuff.
Missed that one.
I keep pitching him and you keep missing him.
Yeah.
Pay attention, boy.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you take advantage to somebody who's like, a top-notch, guitar player? Like, shit, you want to give him free lessons? Go
Right.
ahead.
Can I watch?
Get him on the horn to Josh Jones. They're about the same age.
Yeah.
Well, definitely. I mean, start him early on that guitar, man. If I had a kid,
It's hard.
I can imagine though. Yeah.
That's it. John Bonet, your kid, right now. Force him right into it.
Well, that's what I don't want to do. Like, I know, like talking to Cameron about it, because I asked him the same thing. I'm like, when did you start? Like, because his father played guitar, and Cameron's story. And the next time
he's told that story. Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah, John, he said he wants to come back on soon, so we'll have him back pretty soon. But he basically said, like, his dad made him want a guitar bad, even though his dad had, guitars or whatever. So he let him mess around with his acoustic for a while. And then Cameron was like asking, like, Dad, I want an electric guitar. I want an electric guitar. He made him salivate over it. And then he finally,
How old was he?
oh my God.
You remember how old he was?
3.5, 4, maybe 4 years, 4.5. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think most kids, it's like a puberty thing. It's like when you realize like, oh, what do chicks dig? Like if you can't play sports really well, you start playing an instrument. It's just like a thing to actually attract girls. It's like that's the number one reason I think people play instruments.
I'm the only one of my family with any musical acumen at all. I think my mom played piano. My father bought my mother an upright piano when they were dating, and they got divorced when I was like 2. So I would go over to the old man's house on weekends because, divorced kids and that stuff. So I'd go over to the house, and the old man would be sleeping late on a Saturday morning, and I would go over to the piano and like flip open the things and like start sort of tapping shit out. And then next thing, as you start going really light for a while, then you realize you can make chords, and then you start banging the shit out of it. and next thing you know, the old man is awake. So you'd start doing that. So he needed to figure out something to get me to keep from hitting the piano. So he bought me an electric guitar. That shitty Les Paul copy that I showed you, because no matter how hard I hit it, he could sleep through it.
Smart.
That was the whole reason for me to get a guitar. That, and I wanted the guitar that Ace Frehley played. That was the only criteria. I want the guitar Ace Frehley played.
Yep.
Yeah, so
It didn't have to be a real Gibson. It just had to be something that looked like it.
like the kid thing, of course, because we got this little drum set for Ellie, and every once in a while she'll come up and she'll tap on it for a few and she'll wail on it, but she hasn't played it probably since the last time, maybe like a month and a half ago or something like that. But I don't want to be like,
Sure.
I want you to play it. I want you to play it. Get up here and play it. Get up here and play it. It's here. If she wants to play it, she's only 3.5. So like,
she'll tell the story. Like Killian started playing it, and then I had to switch to guitar.
There it is.
That's
it. Yeah.
I went out on my paper route, and he's home playing my drums.
Play my drums. So I'm like, all right, play my drums. Play your
It's the
guitar.
Van Halen story all over again.
And he had played a part
The Van
I'd been
Halen
working
story
on
now.
for weeks.
Right.
Yeah, stuff like that. It kind of came natural. I've been playing piano for all those years. The fingers are already limber.
Recite the rest of it. Keep going, Jay.
Oh my god, the T-shirt's too long.
Small letters.
I don't believe. And now, how long have I been doing this with you guys? I've been doing this with you guys for about a year. Would you say about a year?
Sure.
I don't think one Saturday night has gone by that Jay has been involved where it hasn't been quoted or Unleashed hasn't been quoted. Not
Some
once.
kind of reference, right?
Not once.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Not once. It happens
We
every week.
we wore that tape out. Like,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
oh my God.
I have it somewhere on a VHS. I've got like
Oh,
a
yeah.
little shoebox full of like Van Halen VHSs.
Well,
Actually, behind that
all the
bookcase,
all the
bookcase
versions
is a false
on
bookcase.
YouTube are terrible. All the versions on YouTube have really bad audio, and it's just like there's a lot of hiss behind them. So if you have a good version, let's get that transferred and let's
The
get
version
that
I had that my brother recorded off of MTV.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, an ad would come across the bottom and say, "Closet Classics." Would you guys hear that?
That
Whistle.
was Paul.
Yeah. What
Whistle.
was
That
that?
was me getting my dog.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude! It sounded like it was coming from like.
Was it in the left, only the left channel? Because maybe it was a Primus drum track.
Oh,
There you go. Look at that. Oh,
That's
Callback from 3 hours ago.
Yeah, so this thing would scroll across the bottom. Like once during Eddie's solo, I remember it happening, but it was like Closet Classics coming up after the Van Halen concert. After Van
I have
Halen.
the same one. I think I have the same one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and we all taped it in our own, kind of, what do they call it, like in different TV areas, whatever their markets. Every MTV had a different market where MTV in New York would advertise concerts in New York, and TV California would advertise stuff in California.
Closet Classics.
No, not this one.
I'm sure I have a VHS
I've already
somewhere
transferred it
for
to
that.
DVD.
Oh,
The DVD.
Don't knock those old VHSs. I'm telling you right now, I've found some old VHSs that actually you can transfer them, and you can they're good quality. That Les Paul, I found the Les Paul tribute show, and I I'll put it up at some point. I'll share it with you guys, and it's actually a really good transfer. Looks better than anything on YouTube, anyway.
Argentina 83 plus Egos and Icons from Much Music. Remember that? Egos and Icons.
See, was that actually shown on TV or
On
Hey.
Much? Yeah.
Hey, Jay.
Everybody,
Is Canadian
I
TV
was
real
going to ask you
TV?
about
Were you gonna ask
The
me
Toronto
about
95 pay-per-view, live at the 10 spot, 5150 when they did the contest giveaway, when they did the two songs up there. Us Festival, Dallas Free Show, Radio 1990 with Lisa What's Her Face.
Wait, what do you have from the Us?
Robinson.
I have the whole Us Festival on.
Good night.
on what though?
On
video?
audio?
Like, is it the same
Good night,
video
Jay.
that
Both.
everyone the bootleg?
Yeah, audio
Jay,
and
have a
DVD.
great night. Have a great week, Jay. Man,
Happy 4th to
good to see
everybody.
you.
Wait,
See you, man.
Happy
John
4th.
BL, he has the US Festival on audio.
This is what I'm saying. Is there a stereo soundboard from the US Festival? The only thing that I've ever found from the US Festival was that the bootleg version.
Bootleg one.
And during Ice Cream Man, during the whole Dave thing, it cuts out. And that's how you know it's the bootleg version, because it cuts out.
That might be. I'll have to dig it out and listen to it. But
Yeah,
that's
every version
definitely
I've
from the
ever
US Festival.
seen. Every version I've ever seen was mono, and it cuts out during Ice Cream Man.
Let me see. I'll see
That's
if I
how you
can.
know.
I'll dig that one out and
Whoa,
listen to it.
gold.
It really
Whoa.
is, because I've been looking for that, and we've all been looking for that.
I want that on my phone.
If I've got
There's the
It's
Showtime stuff that they re-recorded and they
No, I'm talking about the live on every
live.
Westwood One station in America that night.
I don't think it actually was ever broadcast live in stereo. I don't think it was. There's no proof of it anywhere.
I remember that night it was on KLOS and KMET.
only
Was
a couple songs though. The whole show wasn't on.
Are
I
you
don't
sure?
think
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure.
think
Yeah.
it was. I've been looking for that for years. Even a mono version without Ice Cream Man being interrupted. That's the only version that's out there.
I thought they played the whole day on those stations. Just
That's
because,
what I've always heard as
because
well.
especially Heavy Metal Day, because it was so packed. Like they didn't care about
This
a
is
blackout.
the whole US Festival that would like the one that got broadcast on television, and it doesn't
Showtime.
have
That's
the
the
whole. Yeah,
Showtime
this doesn't
one, right?
have. Yeah, this doesn't have. This has like
Highlights.
the compressed the highlights, like the 3 songs from Triumph and the 4
Highlights.
songs from Scorpions.
Highlights.
Yeah, it's not really.
It's just highlights.
It's not
And
really
lowlights.
everything.
It's medium lights.
But yeah, the Dallas.
But
Free
yeah,
Show,
Paul,
Radio
listen to
1990,
that and see if
Pensacola.
if it's an
Look at all
actual
that.
soundboard recording, man. That's gold. And I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but it's never. I've looked through all the bootleg sites. I've listened to every version I can get a hold of.
Gonna come across somebody who
And there is a version of an audience recording, and I've shared that with you guys.
who worked in the truck or something. We're gonna find that person.
No, that's the guy who stole the video. The guy
guys
who worked
have-
on the truck.
got-
Supposedly, that's the story. Like some
Now
guy
he's hiding.
who was on the video crew that got the
Right.
live
So the
feed
live for the Van
Oh.
Halen show or for everybody?
for the Van Halen show, because a lot of them were released professionally. The
So that shouldn't even be out.
Judas Priest
That
is
video
what was
shouldn't even
released.
be around.
No,
No.
it's a bootleg.
Look at
What, the
it's
Oz
it. Just
Festival?
look at the fact that it cuts out an Ice Cream Man and it goes to color bars. You're not going to
Yeah.
release that on live TV. It was what was broadcast to the people, or we've talked about this a million times, but yeah,
The ladder.
You guys have Philadelphia 07 on video?
nobody wants 07.
Okay.
What?
I have
Sorry.
one. I'm just
I don't have
get it.
The Fresno 07 was awesome, but Eddie was
Hit or
and
miss 07. Yeah.
Yeah, he was hit or miss on the 07, early 08. Most of it was miss.
I have a
But
ton
I will.
of
Yeah.
Zeppelin.
08
Westwood
was
One
very
shit.
good. Yeah.
I have a ton. Like I have all like a shitload of Zeppelin Westwood One stuff that's like never been released. Like all these are all Zeppelin stuff. That's all Westwood One stuff that Jimmy Page, they
Stuff
authorize
that-
for radio shows.
Yeah.
Like a 10 CD tribute to John Bonham thing that Jason Bonham hosted years ago, and
Really?
and like all this
Interesting.
like Unistar stuff and Led September and all these. Like,
But I mean, Zeppelin has released a ton of live stuff, whether it's How the West Was Won, the BBC sessions, Song Remains the Same, a lot of that stuff. Compare that to Van Halen, you've got no live stuff, at least from the Dave era.
Paul, do rock stations still do Rocktober, or is that just over?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
my
no, they
god!
still do it.
Ugh.
Yeah, I have a no Rocktober rule.
That's just old.
It's so ridiculous.
It's so dated. Rocktober.
Rocktober.
I do
September,
Rocktober.
Rocktober, and I forget.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Rocktober.
It's old.
No.
I do
It's
rock.
like
November.
Oktoberfest. Is Oktoberfest old? It's the same kind of thing. Jump on the.
No, it's not. No,
No.
Oktoberfest is a thing. Rocktober is a stupid radio slogan.
Yeah.
But it rhymes.
Stupid fucking.
But
You know
it
what else
rhymes.
is stupid? And we do it on my radio station. 2 for Tuesday.
2 for 2.
3 for Thursday. Come on.
4 for Friday.
Wacky Wednesday. Wacky
It's
Wednesdays.
the Friday foreplay.
6 for Saturday. 7 for Sunday.
I always
Block
hate
party
2 for
weekend.
Tuesday. People do it. They love it. That's the thing. People love 2 for
Rocktoberfest.
Tuesday. They love block party weekends.
Money
They
Monday.
love that
Well,
shit.
you guys, Johnny and Caleb, don't have classic rock stations too much around there. We do have
Sure
all
they
that.
do.
Rock,
KLOS is a
rock
classic
tour
rock
stuff.
station.
Okay.
The one is the only one, right?
They've got 2. The Sound too, right?
I think
Well,
that's
the sound's
way go.
gone, right?
Yeah,
Long
we lost our one of ours.
We had the
last
Bone,
year.
which I think went away.
The Bone.
I think the Bone is gone.
Good.
Yeah, that's
The-
the
KRQR was the
Dave
big one.
Frosty on in the background.
Stay Frost.
I could just hear Dave rambling on about nothing. I'm like, oh, that's Dave Frosty.
Oh, I think you meant Dave Nestle.
No, oh,
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
it was at 3 hours and 5 minutes that the first shot was fired.
It's because he had his
You
air
almost made it
conditioner
through.
on. He
You
wanted to
almost
stay
made it
frosty.
through.
He had his air conditioner on.
I'm good.
Taco Tuesday. All right.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. And AJ, I know you asked something like 3 hours ago.
Well, yeah. Any
Um,
question? Anything in the chat that we missed
Oh, that's right.
Which-
There's a
over the
chat.
last 3 hours?
You had asked which is a better unreleased song, Crossing Over,
Crossing
Which
Over
tech-
was released.
which technically it was released. It was a B-side to Can't Stop Loving You, and it was released on the Japanese version of Balance.
Yep.
So you said which is the better one, that one or I Want Some
I
Action?
want some action.
Which technically I Want Some Action was released on Van Halen 3 under the name Dirty Water Dog. It's the same music. So there you go. Oh, which is
But-
better?
I want some action. I think it's a piece of shit.
Ah,
I do. I think it's a piece of shit. I think it's an awful song. There's a reason why unreleased tracks are unreleased.
mhm. What about
There's a
the
reason.
Steve, the Steve
always.
Lukather version of Twist the Knife? It's the same music.
Well, it's the same thing. Mike Hartman's Black Glue. That record is there's a version of Slam Dunk on there or King of the Hill. That's
Wait,
he recopped.
I Want Some Action was supposed to be on 5150.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, look at the Wildlife soundtrack. That's one that should have been.
And the riff is stomping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So originally it was a cut for 5150. It became an instrumental on Saturday Night Live, and then Steve Lukather released his own version of it, and then finally Van Halen did it under Dirty Water Dog. The music, anyway, it's all
Steve
the same. music.
Lukather, did he give Ed credit? Did he give who wrote it?
I
did
think they
write
worked on it together.
Must have wrote it together.
Ed actually might be on the song playing bass or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
Look it up, Jean-Pierre.
Let's look at that one. Yeah.
But we'll put it in the Discord, man. We'll put all the different versions in the Discord.
But like even like the Wildlife soundtrack, they could have released that, and that could have been a great,
Yeah, the Right Time's a pretty good song.
I think I love that whole soundtrack. Maybe it's just because I'm an Ed head, but it's just great. Synth rock / just straight ahead rock. Great, it's a great
Isn't
rock
there, The
album.
Right Time was done by Sharon and Malloy. Aren't there 2 versions of it?
I only know the Malloy version.
The right.
Oh no, it's
Let me think.
that's
That's Why I Love You, right?
Why I Love You.
Window.
Yes.
Out the window was Get Up.
Which I think Van Halen sent that instrumental to everybody that was trying out. They had to record something over it and send it back. That's what I think. That's what I think that was.
I think it would have been interesting to hear what Malloy would have done, but I think that he lacks vocally. He lacks a little bit of the grit that Van Halen wants on occasion. You could hear it with Sharon a little bit. You can hear it with Sammy a little bit. There's a little bit of grit that I think that they want in the band that Malloy was just too crystal clear. Fantastic singer, but I think too polished for whenever they want to get into one of their, Eddie goes into one of his aggressive moods where he does something that he wants a little grit to. I don't think that Malloy is capable of that grit.
There's a great question from AJ. You know what? I'm going to go with Ripley just because you can hear the riff more. That instrumental piece of music on Ripley.
Well, Ripley became something else. Ripley became
Blood and Fire. Yeah.
Blood and Fire. Yeah.
Right. But you can't really hear Ed's riff anymore because of the way Dave sings over it. He totally covers it and crushes it. It's gone.
But on Blood and Fire, the guitar is much hotter. It's a much hotter sound. So imagine Blood and Fire instrumentally.
Right.
There you go.
But I do like the instrumental version, and plus you can hear the Ripley working more.
Yeah, the effect
the
of the
actual guitar in both ears, the way it is. But yeah.
That's how it is on Blood and Fire too. But there was like major compression on the guitar.
No, it doesn't sound. It's another thing.
Have you used the Ripley on Blood and Fire?
Yeah, it's a different. It's another disappointment from that record as far as the way it was recorded.
I love the song up until "Look at All of the People Here Tonight."
Right?
Like, oh, come on, Dave.
And then the breath that he did.
Yeah.
It's just wow.
At that point, I was like, shit, because I love the groove of it, and I even love the ooh yeah, which is so overmodulated, and
and I'm not crazy about the chorus. We can. I just.
Well, that's Dave at the top of his current range, and you can tell he's fighting. He's having a hard time.
I think they played it once live. I think they did it once on the 12 tour.
When you go back,
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say when you go back to some of the live shows that Dave was doing on the Your Filthy Little Mouth tour, and he was, just struggling and howling. You hear a little of that on the top of Dave's range, the stuff that they didn't overdub from years ago in key. You hear him straining, and you just kind of go, all right, 60-something-year-old David Lee Roth trying to be David Lee Roth is kind of sad.
I'll tell you what the difference is most between those two songs, Ripley and Blood and Fire, is that Alex sounds like Alex on Ripley, and Alex doesn't sound so much like Alex on most of the Adcott record. He wasn't.
Did he play on Ripley? I mean, I suppose he played on Ripley.
He just wasn't recorded right.
Simmons? Was it all Rich Simmons?
It might have been, but I mean, at least just the snare.
They're triggered, definitely.
The snare and just the levels. It was right after 1984. You can just hear the sound of the band. You can tell it's them. And I still got problems with the way Adcott was recorded. I was disappointed in the mixing, and Dave's way loud. You can tell Dave mixed the record.
As I've said before, I love, to me, the key to a good Van Halen album is how does Alex drive the record? If Alex is in the groove and Alex has got a good take, it's going to be a great record. If he's not, and you can hear it on different records. There's a reason why OU812 doesn't drive like
I knew you were
some
going
of
to
the
go
other
there.
records. It's true.
Yeah,
but there's a reason, because
you can hear it. You're absolutely right. You can.
He's not, and like the Fuck record. Oh my God, is Alex and he drives
that's a Bonham.
that record.
That's his tribute to Bonham right there.
Well, that's Andy Johns. Andy Johns getting that tone.
That's why Diver Down is as good as it is, even though it doesn't have any, barely any original songs.
Didn't like the drum sound on Diver Down. I know you. That's your drum sound on the first 3, 4. First
Dude,
4
Intruder.
What?
Intruder? Jesus.
Well, it's not thick. It doesn't have
little guitars.
The snare. It's all snare. It's all snare and guitar. It's right in that middle.
John, Happy Trails. Happy Trails.
Cathedral. The drum track on Cathedral. I mean, come on.
Even the brushes sound like his snare.
I know.
He's brushing the snare on that one.
We've argued Diver Down before. It's not my favorite sounding album.
No, but I think that as goes Alex, so goes the record. If Alex is locked in, man, it's going to be a great record.
It's a great Van Halen album. It's a great, it is. I mean, for what it was, the story behind it and all, and throwing them in the studio.
It was my introduction, so
sure. And the guitar sounds great. The snare sounds great, but the rest of it,
the fact that they rushed it, it's their rawest record. It's
Well, the first two were the same kind of.
No, there's no like,
2 weeks in the studio and you're out.
Right, but
including mixing.
I what I'm talking about is the fact that they didn't have a lot of time to do anything on that record. They had plenty of time to get the first record together.
Yeah,
They had no time on Diver Down. It was get it in, get it out, and it sounds like you're in the room with them.
Listen to the drums on Dancing in the Street. That's a great performance.
There's some of the greatest songs. I won't argue. There's some of the best songs, and
Hang 'em High.
Hang 'em High, Full Bug. I mean, come on, they're some of the best songs, and their version of those covers were absolutely their own. They owned it.
That album is underrated. People talk a lot of shit about it, but
I just don't think they spent enough time mixing it.
Ever were. They were as tight as they ever were on that record.
That was
a good album. I'm not going to argue with that. It's a great album.
I think that was the last gasp of Van Halen as a band is Diver Down. The last gasp of them as a
well, and that
band.
tour was the epic tour of. I mean, God, I mean that's the tour that goes down in legend. Culminating with the US Festival.
All right.
I mean Little Guitars might be my favorite Van Halen song of all time. There's just something about it. It captures everything that I love about Van Halen. I mean, the drums, the melody. It's got just enough pop sensibilities and just enough aggro in it.
And the Oz.
Well, and without a lot of radio airplay too. Pretty Woman and Dancing in the Streets were the two.
It's amazing. There's no solo.
Yeah, that breakdown though, that little melodic breakdown though, right before he comes back in, that little break is enough. It's almost like we've said this before. A badass doesn't have to tell you he's a badass. You just know.
Well, and you know by the riff that he's the badass.
Yeah, I mean, the riff is the
and
hook.
the intro, he's the badass. So, yeah.
And once they lock in, like that goes through that intro and everything like that, and then when it locks in and he gets into the riff and Dave comes in on the one, and you're just like, yeah, that's everything I want out of Van Halen.
You're right. It's one of their best songs for sure, and that's why that record's so good.
It's a great record. I'll give you that, 100%.
And I think Where Have All the Good Times Gone is one of their best recordings.
Great intros.
And that's my favorite Eddie Tone is on that song. So
what I love is the little things, the little dink, all the little stabs,
the nuance.
That he puts in there.
That's what makes Edward. That's why it's in his hands. It's all just in there. I mean, you can't replicate that. And with that,
okay.
Happy Straturday night. Happy 4th, everyone.
I have to pee.
And what should everybody go do?
I have to pee as well, and everyone should go have a great week. And I'm not going to go any further than that. So
no, they're not going.
No, I don't think it's approved anymore. I'd like to thank our executive producers and Charles Green, Mike Neese, Joe Christian, Music Therapy Laz, David Ennis, Thomas Santiago, Connor Johnson, 5150, Michael Smith. Have a great week, Michael Smith. Sorry we didn't get to talk to you this week. Some Dave dudes, Steve Carmichael. And
we missed you, Michael Smith.
From the restroom.
And the rest. Charles Green, Lenny Lou,
and we'll see everybody next time.
Absolutely.
And I've been meaning to where am I? Hang on. I've been meaning to do a video on the brand new Wolfgang guitar that was just released. It's just my new computer has taken a dump, and so I haven't been able to do any videos besides this stuff from my laptop. But very soon we'll do a video on that.
Put that ladder away. Don't fall.
That's Ned's toy.
Oh, Ned's toy.
He climbs up and down that ladder.
Wow.
Happy 4th, everybody.
Happy 4th.
Happy July. Happy 4th.
Love you
Hope
all.
You blew off all your fireworks tonight and not tomorrow.
Right.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
See everybody later.
Bye.
Good night.
Yeah. Barbara Papa.